Hello, fellow nerds, and welcome to Nerd Doom, where we explode with anime, gaming, and overall nerd culture. I'm Mike, and let's get things started.
Hi.
Have a special guest with me, Jeff.
Hello.
Jeff, we've been friends for
Oh God.
fucking over 10 years now. I say we met in 2009, I think, when we did Protector, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was the first time. Like we would pass each other in like anime club and all
Mhm.
that. I'm like, oh okay. It's kind of like a nod acknowledgement, but
Yeah.
then really didn't formally meet until we filmed Protector.
Yeah, for
which-
real. Not until my real real dumbass reaction to Mel just releasing her hair out of the hat. Because I was genuinely confused. I was
Yeah,
like,
like-
cool, we're doing our thing and all whatever. And we're like, yeah, that's cool. And we're having a moment and it was like, yeah, rap. I was like, yes. And then he's still filming and I look over and he does this shit and I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this?
Pulls off the jacket. You're like, wait, there's boobs there.
That's literally what I was like. I was like, oh, those are tits. Oh,
that was a girl the whole time.
Oh shit,
that was funny.
I'm fucking retarded.
That was hilarious though. Like this whole time.
No, man, I was so it was crazy because I remember we were doing that and then we hung out a little bit, but we didn't hang out that much.
No,
back then. It wasn't until
it'd mostly be B8, B7 if there was something
Yeah,
going on.
it was like a party or something.
And we would just be like,
yeah, it was always mutual friends too, especially Josh. Most of the time it was through the Potter family and kind of situation. But we didn't really hang out until it would have been 2014, I think. It was when we were in Weatherbyne and is our first year in that house. And because that was funny because we got kicked out of the free apartment before then because of him. And poor Norris, and now he goes to sleep, little bastard.
Yep. Hey, he's right on cue.
Yeah, I remember, what was it? We just randomly had a conversation or something, and we were like, hey, let's just hang out, for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Y'all came over to the house, and then, I was like, you guys want to play some D&D?
Like, I've never played this D&D. I've always wanted to. But,
and then my eyes lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. No one has played D&D. Let's fucking do this. Let's just go. And then, we've been friends since then. Generally been hanging out a lot more than general people. It's been a sitcom of couples, which is really weird.
Yes.
I watch too much TV, so every single time there's something that happens that seem almost TV I'm just kind of this is not right. This
doesn't happen in real life.
Fucking sense. I'm sitting here oh, that's really cool. At the same time I was what's gonna happen? Is there a meteor that's gonna drop down or some shit? What am I expecting in this situation? But after 10 years, last time we recorded was almost 4 years ago, or no, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What's it been, man? What have you been playing? What have you been watching?
Oh my gosh. Shit. I don't know. I haven't been playing anything new recently.
Replaying stuff?
Been replaying Witcher. I just re-downloaded Skyrim again.
Oh no.
Oh no.
How many run-throughs would that be?
Let's see. Base Skyrim, I'm at 300 hours.
Oh wow.
Then there was special edition, which I'm at 200 hours.
Now, special edition, did that add the other DLC?
Yeah, because that was where PC it didn't matter. It was basically there, and now they're coming out with another edition.
Right.
I don't even know what they're calling it. It's remastered or
So,
something. So it's okay, it started out on, as I say, if we gauge it by consoles, so PS3, Xbox 360s were original Skyrim ones. Then the next generation, I'm going to use PlayStation just because they use 3, 4, 5, simple terms.
Right.
Because it's 1X, 0, what the fuck? Whatever Xbox is doing.
I get so, I love Skyrim, right? I never finished the game, but I love Skyrim. I think I maybe have 70 hours in that game, honestly and truly. I don't remember having that much into it. I know I never finished the actual game itself, the base game. Most of my time is just where the fuck am I?
Oh yeah, it's a little too open.
Yeah, and so and I have an issue with sandbox games a lot. open world games, I'm just kind of like, if I don't feel like I have like a clear, like which is weird as much as we play D&D.
Yeah. Well, it's different when you're,
I kind of
in your
expect
headspace
yeah,
and
but you
stuff.
kind of expect a goal to come in mind when you're paying
Oh,
$60 for something again.
yeah.
Or like, wait a minute. So like every remaster that comes out, I think they usually make you spend like $30 on almost every one. I don't know
Yeah.
how it is on a Nintendo, because Nintendo prices are like
Yeah,
crazy.
they're crazy.
But then again, it's third party, so like if there's a sale on third party, they don't care. If it's first
Mhm.
party though, it's gonna be like $40 or $50 for the
Oh yeah,
rest
it's
of
gonna
its
stay
life.
locked there forever. It's like, oh, you want the Pokemon game that came out like 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was like a few months ago. I for some reason like Gold and Silver, the remakes of them that
Oh,
was on
right.
DS were like $200 and something. People were just like upping it. I'm looking at my copies. I'm just like,
The original or like
no, the DS remake. So Soul Silver and Heart Gold.
well, they were like super favorites. Like I remember when they
Like
came out, because like I remember they were being real big. Because was that after Black and White, right? Or was that before Black
I think
and
it was
White?
in the same.
Like
It
the
might have
same
been
time?
before or during the
I
same
remember there was
generation.
so much. I remember there was complaint about Black and White until like after Black and White 2 came
Black and
out,
White 2 were
and
definitely
then they
better.
kind of like fixed everything.
Yes.
I didn't play it till way later. Like so, like I my problem with Black and White was just because I didn't give a shit about half of the Pokemon in it. Even
Yeah.
though one of my new favorites, Pangoro, came
Yeah,
out of Black and
started
White.
and that. Yes.
I for some reason I thought it came out of X and Y, and Addy had
Nah.
to school my ass and be like, no, it's from here.
Actually.
Oh my god! Like I living with someone that actually has like knowledge of Pokemon is like insane.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like her knowledge on Eevee. I just refuse to like.
Oh yeah. Oh no, but yeah, like V, the Eevee from like Pokemon Adventures.
Mhm.
God, that was Pokemon Adventures is a dark manga. Like it is like, but that's what that was like
Well,
the
that's how
original
originally
manga.
that was the original manga. That's how it was
It
like
was
done.
dark.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the
Like-
games weren't, but like the manga for some reason.
Well,
was,
the
like,
games they wanted to market towards 10-year-old children. Yeah,
that's because it is. Like,
and this is what it is. But the manga, they're like, oh yeah, Team Rocket straight up murders Pokemon, murders people that get in
Yeah.
their way. I was like, oh gosh. They experimented on V, which is the Eevee that ends
Mhm.
up with Red.
yeah,
They experimented on it so much that you can evolve it with the stone, but then it can de-evolve itself and you can keep switching it. So it's like, oh, I want it to be Jolteon for this battle. It's
Right.
going to be Flareon in the next one. And I'm like, but like the genetic modification of this, and then it wasn't until later where it's like, I guess because where Espeon, it's like, oh, if you build your friendship and
Mhm.
evolve during a day, it's Espeon. So it stayed Espeon, which was interesting. I don't know. I'm just like surprisingly dark looking back.
I don't know, man. But jelly donuts.
Jelly donuts.
I have to admit that I really, really fucking hated the anime as a kid. Like I never give a shit about the anime. Like I was
That's-
very much like, this is dumb. Like why is this Ash like so stupid and always talking about
Like-
some shit like friendship and shit?
like the first season, like original. I'm like, okay, we're learning together. Then go to next generation, which was in the next region in Johto, and it's like, wait, you have to weaken a Pokemon to catch. I'm like, no, I get it that they're trying to reteach, but at that point, then just get a new protagonist.
Right. I think the problem is I had a hatred for Johto the most, and it was like, well, Johto League's like one of the best ones. I'm like,
No.
like I know people are saying that based on the game, so I have to like think of it
Yeah.
differently, because the Pokemon out of Johto was fire. Like I have to like admit that there was a lot of really good Pokemon that came out of Johto.
Right.
I just hated the Johto League anime so much that I just did not
Oh
care.
yeah, no, I don't even remember watching it.
Yeah, I don't
That's-
remember anything.
I blocked
from
it completely
All of
out.
it sucks. I remember the only thing I remember out of Johto League is the Lugia movie, and that's it.
Yeah, that's
Like that's literally like Lugia, Ho-Ho. That's it. Or
Oh,
yeah,
yep.
Ho-Oh.
Ho-Oh.
yeah. Like that's the only two things I remember out of it. I don't even remember what the starter Pokemon is. I think was one of the Crocodile,
Totodile, Cyndaquil,
right,
Chikorita.
right, because everybody was picking Typhlosion like a bitch.
Oh yeah. It's like Typhlosion, but I'm like, but you got Feraligatr who can learn dark moves. I mean, come on.
It was cool as hell. Back in the day, that was
Diversify.
cool as hell. Like it was like, oh shit, this dude can like kick ass for like no damn reason. No one cares. Totodile sucked. To be fair, like, it's like no one cared about Totodile.
No.
To be fair, like, what was the one that people hated more? I think it was in the third generation after that. Like the water Pokemon that came out for it. It's not
Hey,
Neural.
Mudkip?
Mudkip. People hated on
Oh,
Mudkip so hard.
but Mudkip had such an advantage because in its final form, it was water ground, which
Yeah.
made it immune to electrical attacks.
Yeah.
Which was like, oh, all you have to, but then it get double damage from grass.
But yet another like Pokemon where the starter was just like, I really hate this starter. Like,
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
kind
think
of a
it's
derp.
worth it.
He was a derp.
Kind of a that thing looked real special. That's all I got to say. Try to be positive. It looked like it could be on the spectrum. Just saying.
Well, at first I thought it was just a Ditto because it had like the same face as Ditto, and I was like, is Mudkip just a Ditto?
Oh my
Like,
god. It's so weird. And then we got creepy shit like Mimikyu.
I'm fine with Mimikyu.
Yeah, I mean, I like Mimikyu. I prefer Ditto, even though it's like everyone's favorite night. I don't know. Mimikyu is everyone's favorite nightmare right now. Which is like now, like you have Mimikyu, and then you have like no, what's her name? Not Dodo from Animal Crossing. It's Coco.
Coco. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I love that character. Like it's so creepy and like but so nice for no reason. So you've been replaying Skyrim and you've been going back in The Witcher. So on Witcher, how long how many times is Witcher so far?
Okay, so on my GOG profile, it's at 100 hours.
Okay.
Steam is at like 90 something. PlayStation's at 45.
Oh my god. I was like, I bought it twice. I beat it once on Xbox, if I remember. Yeah, Xbox. I'm replaying it on my PC through Steam. Yes, I had to think in the back of my hand. I was like, I had to think about it because we're thinking about Hannah, who like in every single point in time, if there's a sale for Witcher, she'll like plaster it all over the place.
It's on.
It's just happening one of those days where it's like at its lowest, and I was like, yeah, I'll get it.
Pop.
I think it was like, oh yeah, it was like out. The complete edition was out for like $10 on Steam at one point, and I was like, all right, I'll get that. That sounds good.
Yeah, which that's getting they haven't said when. It's probably going to be like first or second quarter next year. It's getting a remaster as well.
Yeah. Oh, I heard. So there was like rumors about like whether there could be a Witcher 1 remaster.
We would need that. But they would have to do so much just for the gameplay mechanics. Not even.
I would say it needs justice because the story is so good, but like the gameplay is almost unplayable.
It's very grating.
Yeah, it is hard. Like 2 was not the greatest, but I still in some cases prefer the story in it. Like I really liked it.
Well, and why I would say 1 needs one, because 1, like the map and where you can go is so much bigger than the second game.
Right.
Like obviously it's nothing compared to the third game, but it was a huge, like this game came out in like 2007 and it was a huge map.
Yeah.
It's just, they just need to, they would just have to redo the entire like control scheme. Like retexturing, that's easy. Like modders can do that. Like heck. Like, and that's what I heard with the remaster of 3, that they're actually getting some modders.
Yeah, well they
retexture.
Yeah, they hired modders that were doing modding for Cyberpunk. Actually,
they did that.
They did Cyberpunk, and then they hired them. I don't know what they were planning to do with them, but I remember that they hired them. Which my thought was, I don't think they're gonna hire them for Cyberpunk because they already have plans and working on stuff for like the next like big update they're gonna do. Which I still haven't played. I still haven't played since I want to say like first like patch update. And it's not because I didn't like it or anything. It's just because I generally wanted to wait until like they do all of their quality of life stuff, because I was like, if I'm gonna have to go through an update every like fucking like 10 minutes just to like do one fix that I didn't really have that much of an issue with. I didn't have one T-pose.
No, me neither. I went through with the only bug I got was one time I was just walking and my dick just popped out of my pants.
Oh,
and so I'm just walking around. You just like see this thing
Oh my god,
just
that's
flapping about.
amazing. I
But that's
saw
the
it
only bug, and
online.
I'm like, this is great.
I
I'm
saw it
glad I wasn't
online.
live streaming.
Dude, that's like so like that's the cool part. I was like, I wish like I could have done any of that on live stream. I was kind of annoyed. The one thing I had was that I think I got stuck on like a place and it was glitched where I don't know why, but it was like a place you kind of shoot in through. And then like basically it's supposed to end there and then the story and the kind of parts begins and you leave.
Mhm.
So it didn't complete. So you're just sitting inside of a
Oh.
building waiting for the person to talk to you so you can get the fuck out.
Oh, I know,
Yeah,
I know
and
that
you're
way,
just
yeah,
stuck.
you
And I'm like, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you went into it was the what was that Maelstrom?
Yeah,
You were trying to get the hammerhead or
Yeah.
flathead. No, the flathead.
the flathead.
And you have to wait on Jackie to talk to you, and you're like, I can't.
I think I ended up just redoing it. It wasn't that big of a
Yeah.
deal, but I think I ended up redoing. That was like the worst I dealt with. The only other thing there was like a squad car that like floated up in the air. Like I hit it just right, and it like for some reason just shot up in the air. Like it hit the back of my car and shot up in the air, and I'm like, cool. And then and then it went away. I'm like, okay. But I do remember that being an issue, like in the beginning, where like, oh yeah, the cops are chasing you. It'll never stop.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Fortunately, I never had that bug. I was like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, that'd be
it's not
awful.
well, it wasn't even like I don't even think it was like it was weird because you never knew if it was a bug or just like a design flaw because
Mhm.
like it wasn't like it was like stuck or anything of nature. It would be incredibly hard to get rid of them. Like it's possible, it'd just be incredibly hard. I didn't have too much of an issue with it. It was just only like if I was on a mission and I want to like stop, but I'm like if I don't stop, I for some reason I end up like in the fucking Badlands, like to
You go all the way out of the city
Yeah.
just to.
yeah, bro. Like I'm
I
like
mean, that's realistic.
Can I
though,
even
if you
drive
think-
here yet, bro?
Like, I'm not high enough level for this. I'm gonna die.
I was very scared to like because I wanted to like purposely explore, and there was like purposely places that you couldn't get to.
Oh yeah, because it's like level. It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
could go there, but you're gonna die.
It was very based on story. Like it was like, oh, you have to get past this particular part before you did it. Like I remember I wanted like go through everything. No, Jackie has to die first. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
I
why?
was like,
Why do I have to deal with the fact that Jackie
Oh,
dies?
that was
Spoiler
awful.
alert.
Yeah, spoilers, but yeah, just to get off the main because the island stays in lockdown. You can literally stay there for days. Because no, here's what I did. I did every single point of interest, every single side quest,
Same.
and then I'm like, I want to get off the island. Police blockade's like, no. I'm like,
Like you don't, and then you have to wait until Jackie dies for your random contact to call you and be like, "Hey, I found a way to sneak you through." I'm like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck?"
and then they lift it. It's like, oh, hey, we need to pay you for that job that you did in the first mission.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's like,
And then
this
like
is-
it takes like the equivalent is like an hour before you get the chance to like make the drink after your dead friend.
oh my god, yeah, you're just like, oh, I go through all this.
Like, why do I have to do like 5 missions before I get to this point? Let alone the fact I'm getting my ass shot at like the entire
Oh yeah,
time.
the whole time, just
And like being in this weird situation, a conversation of like, should I just act like I'm pissed off about this situation, like the fact that like my best friend's dead, or the fact, or like try my best to be nice, because I was very conflicted when like you go through the
Oh, yeah.
whole, the way that they kind of memorialize Jackie,
mhm.
and I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I start like reading all the shit, and I'm just kind of like, why do I care anything about these motherfuckers?
Yeah, like not
Not
maybe
on
Mama,
purpose.
yeah, maybe Mama Wells, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Mama
Mama
Wells, and then the
obvious.
girlfriend.
Yeah, Mama Wells and the girlfriend. Obviously the girlfriend though, but like, cause like I felt so bad for her, especially when you start like going through all this shit, and I'm
Yeah,
just like,
she's-
oh my god.
And she's like the nicest person to you, and
real.
like, you could be mad at me, because
Like-
it was basically, I don't know, for me, I felt like
tried to
I
get
was
her to
with
yell
the-
at me. I
I'm like,
tried so
please,
hard. What?
be angry with
Give
me.
me more choices. Like, come
Show
on.
some emotion.
God damn it.
Like, why are you so chill about this?
She was like so understanding. It's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. You're like a weird cyber masseuse, but that's besides the point.
I was like,
Yeah, everyone else is a piece of shit though.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Like, what was
Everybody.
his the uncle I'm trying to remember his name, but like I remember one of them just kind of like just talking shit like
Oh
for no
yeah.
reason. Also, why do we? I was thinking about the first person that you see, the fucking idiot that you deal with, like that you have to like I don't know if it's like screw over or like take him down or something. I think you have to take him in, and like the second time he shows up, I'm just like, wait, why is this dude still alive?
Yeah. I just
Did I seriously thought that we killed him? Like I was like, oh yeah, like he totally died, right? No,
nah.
what? But I haven't got, I haven't got to like all the cool parts. I just got to the part where you first get fucked over and like you get all through all that shit, and which was funny to me. I honestly thought Jackie dying and like all that happening was much earlier than I expected.
Oh yeah, it was
I
definitely
wasn't
like
expecting
soon.
I was expecting like getting like a solid like 10 hours before I get to that point, because I was like, oh, we're already like over marketed about this situation, like about what's gonna happen. I was like, obviously Jackie's gonna die.
Oh yeah, I was telling he was just too good. He was too good of a guy.
I was like sitting there watching the trailers. I was like, and you suddenly get to this point where you saw the trailer that shows way too fucking much about.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch any trailers for anything.
Well,
like I like teasers, but
and
not
that
trailers.
was like the one issue that CDPR had, is that they just over marketed the game horribly, which is why the launch was so bad. It had nothing to do with the fact of whether it was like unfinished and stuff. It was about the fact that
so much hype.
There was too much marketing, and like they just now got to the point where they're like, yeah, we're gonna not do that anymore. We're gonna do our fixes for like this and whatever we're gonna do for Witcher 3, but we're not gonna say anything, and that's it. I'm like,
but yeah,
cool. Like, why didn't you do that like you did in Witcher 3? Like, you didn't say shit.
Yeah. Like the game was hyped back when, like a little bit after Witcher 3 came out. That's how long Cyberpunk has been in the works.
Yeah, it was like literally like Witcher 3 came out. Hey, we're working on something else, and like it's gonna be so
cool. A little different.
Because... And then they showed off the fucking like the first like little teaser like the year it came out, and I'm like, you what? Like I'm already hyped about. Give me time to like get like this happening, bro.
Yeah.
No, it was like the next year. Yeah. It was the next year they randomly put out the teaser, and I'm like, well, that's fucking cool.
And so you're like, oh, it's gonna be what, like 3-4 years?
Yeah.
No. Well, almost 10.
It sucked to me because like Cyberpunk 2020 was one of my favorite RPGs. Like I fucking am obsessed with that series. I still want to play Cyberpunk Red horribly. Fuck you, Hannah. But like,
yeah, they just wrapped that up too.
They did. They just wrapped it up last week.
Yeah.
Fucking Arrow. Not Arrow. Arrow's from that Sentinel.
Yeah. Oh, you mean Archer?
Archer, yeah. I think it was like something else, some cat person thing.
Black Cat.
Black Cat. But like I was super obsessed because I saw like the first lady that was on there, which was very reminiscent to like some of the imagery in the books, and I was fucking hell, like, and I was like, please. I was like, if they're gonna do this, I really hope that Mike Pondsmith like works on this because he was the creator of it.
Yeah.
And then like they wait 5 years later. They're like, yo, dog, we're gonna be doing this, and guess what? Mike Pondsmith is gonna be one of the head writers. Like, y'all like, oh yeah, that's fucking cool. Leave it. We're done. We don't need to know anything.
Don't show us anymore. Like, don't show until launch day. Until I have it in my.
It was already exciting that they said that, and then like 2 weeks later they said, oh yeah, we're gonna come out with a new version of the RPG called Cyberpunk Red, and like it's gonna be like a revamp thing, and like it's all our Telserion's like shit. And I'm like, fuck yes, let's go. Should have left it at that. I would even have said, and me and Addie talked about this earlier, I wish they didn't announce that Keanu Reeves was in it.
Oh, they should have left that on their wraps, but that's hard to keep on.
I understand it's hard to keep that, and it's in every situation it is unnecessary as a business to not market Keanu Reeves, especially at the time it was like, like it was like hype on John Wick 3, like kind of shit. Like Keanu is the favorite celebrity right now, no matter how you look at it. Everyone, he has the most weird, like best comeback ever. Like nobody can question that.
They wrapped up.
However, Addie said in general that she said that it better than to explain that he was in the game, just talk about his involvement in the game, especially since his company his company
Oh yeah,
provided the designs for the
yeah. The arc
the
motorcycles.
arc
Yes,
motorcycles and like
those are
some,
gorgeous
and they,
bikes.
oh my god, they're so good, so fucking expensive.
Yeah,
Like I was like,
it's worth
cool.
it though. But
How
if you
can I
look
get an
at,
arc
yeah, it's
bike?
completely customized.
It
So
is.
that's why it's expensive.
It is, but I'm like, dog, I'm gonna be doing like, I'm gonna be grinding like a
Yeah.
motherfucker getting this.
Oh yeah.
um, but like, yeah, they were saying like, she was saying that like instead like only market that and market the fact that they also, his company did the sound design for
Yes.
like those, for all this shit. Like I'm fine with marketing the music because the fucking soundtrack's
Oh,
fire.
soundtrack is great for that game. It's
I'm
excellent.
sorry, when I first saw Run the Jewels on that shit, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck yes, please give me more.
Oh yeah.
But like other than that, I was perfectly fine just taking that in and going from there. Especially since like we're in this culture right now in gaming where like over promising is
Like
a
the new
really
normal.
risky
Like
business. Like it is a normal thing.
unfortunately, or that and unfinished games.
Well, that's the thing
Buggy
about it. Well, that's the
launches.
thing about it. It's like over promising and under delivering. That's been the go to. And
Well,
people are, the problem is the fact that it does not matter that you do that because people, it's too late. People
yeah.
has already bought the
Well,
game.
people's already pre-ordered the game,
Yeah.
paid full price ahead of launch, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we have enough money. We've already made what we need to. Let's just
Well, that's what I'm saying.
push it
Like,
out."
and people don't understand that, like, you know, when you buy a game, especially at launch date, the first like time when they realize that they're making money is like the first 2 weeks it comes out.
Yeah.
Like after that, they don't give a
They
shit.
don't.
If
Yeah,
you
they
buy
made
it.
their money. They
Yeah,
don't
they
care.
have made, all they care about is if they made the money within the time that they're so they plan to make it.
Yep.
Like it is not an overtime kind of thing. This is why people don't understand that, like, yes, PS5 is the favorite between the two. However, PS5 isn't selling as much as people like to think it is. Like it's like
No.
it. I mean, besides the fact that there's there's a pandemic and like there's a lack of like chips, and because of that there's a lack of like consoles and things of that nature. But even then, when it came out, like, and it was sold out, it still didn't sell as much as people did because it didn't sell out immediately, kind of thing.
No.
Like it sold out, but only because of like shitty people.
I think it's because everybody jumped on to, since there's a shortage, the scalpers are like, all right, let's get these bots, buy out the stock, and then people who actually want the thing will pay us like 2-3 times the price. And that's a whole nother thing.
Well, like, and it's also the fact that like we have to, and it's the same with like video cards and all this other shit. But video cards, like graphics cards, is a whole nother beast because right now the real issue with that right now is because of crypto mining.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing that happened with Bitcoin. Like,
well, yeah, back in 2016 when Bitcoin really
when the 20 series came out,
then those cards started becoming more scarce.
Yeah, because Bitcoin came out, it got super popular, it got really high in the market share. Now it's in Ethereum or whatever.
Ethereum.
Yeah, now it's Ethereum, and like people are going the same way. And like slowly companies are doing the same thing they did with the other one, where they make a separate thing that basically makes like mining kind of useless on those cards.
Yeah, but someone's gonna hack that.
Well, yeah, but like even then, like once they lose the interest, they're just done. Like there's no reason of like going anywhere. They'll just move on to the next thing because that's too much work to like hack into it. That's way too much work to do stuff.
Too
like
much
that.
effort.
Like they just rather like spend the money on something else they rather do.
Yeah,
and then try to sell off their shitty ass like fucking overheated fucking shit.
Yeah, like.
I see that shit all the time online. Like they be like, yeah, da 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 da, and they say that it's been crypto mining, and it's like 3080 Ti, and I'm like, how, like, bro, that's been like going like 100%, 110%, like on max at all times. Like,
that thing.
I do not believe that in every way. Like, even though I get pissed off every single time, I don't get pissed off. I just get kind of sad when I like talk to her first, like, and they talk to me like, yeah, I need your advice, like where we should put this and this and this together. I was like, yeah, like all you gotta do is get this, like good luck getting a video card. Yeah, I have a 3080 Ti. I'm like, the fuck, man?
What?
Like,
I mean, that's the hardest part.
Like, when did you get that? Every one of them is like, it's through weird connections and shit.
That's some
the company I work for happened to have these, and like I need to pick it up, kind of thing. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of sketch, but a lot of it's just like connections. I'm perfectly fine with it. It doesn't matter to me. Some of them was like they actually dropped the money for it. I was like, oh, so you dropped like $1,200 for a $400 card?
Yeah, that's
like
insane.
Like there's plenty of people there's a couple people I knew that did definitely drop like $3K on the 3080 Ti,
My
which is a
God.
$1,200 card.
Yeah.
Oh no, $1,500 card.
Yeah, you're paying twice the amount.
Twice the understand you're paying
The
twice
MSRP,
the amount
yeah.
for the MSRP, which is oh god, hold on. Which is which is half the amount of the Titan.
Yes.
Like okay, sure, fine. I'm just glad I was able to get the 1660 Super when I did.
Oh yeah.
And I was able to get the 1660 Ti when I did.
Those are popping.
Yeah, and because there's no
card.
other cards, so those are the only ones that's really available. So you have to like get them really quick.
Yep.
And so like, and most of the time you only get them from warehouse. And like that one, I don't remember buying. Like I remember I got it from. Oh no, I got it from a friend. Like I was able to get it, and like it was only used like twice, and basically that it just worked out like that. I'm glad that's the case because we built Addy's computer. It's basically
I was surprised when you're like, oh yeah, build Addy a new gig.
It just happened to work out too.
How the fuck did you find a graphics card? Like what? Voodoo magic.
I will say it's pretty fucking sketchy, but yeah, like you just said it was sketchy. No, my shit, the way I got it.
Like you going down some back alley. This guy opens up the trunk. It's got like 3080s. He's like,
bruh,
what's your flavor?
What you buying? What are you selling?
It's like, oh gosh, and they're like looking over their shoulder.
Oh hell no, bro! like I always check like eBay and shit just to see what people were doing with it.
Nah, we got Facebook Market.
This is literally that fucking couch is the only thing I could ever get out of.
That's what I could buy
off of markers. Like that's the only thing I could. I was trying to get fucking couches for years. Like I wanted to get something to replace that thing for years, and for some fucking reason, I'd be like, "Is this available yet?" Yeah, dude, I'm willing to like drop this. I got a truck. Let's fucking go. And he's like, and no answer ever. Oh yeah, I'm like, who the fuck is selling this?
What?
Well, I'm like sitting here on Marketplace and I get like 4,000 people texting my ass like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? I was like, yeah, it's ready. Like, just give me a minute. I'm talking to this person first that got to you. Like, I actually was funny because like, I was selling, what was I selling? I was selling a desk. Oh, the bookshelf. No.
Oh yeah.
The big ass bookshelf. And so like, I was selling that because I was like, there's no way we're gonna fit this shit in here. Like, it's just not gonna work out.
Yeah.
And like, so I was selling it, and like, I was like, hey, there was one person before the person I sold it to, and then it was like, hey, like, if you're ready, you can come pick it up. I can't take it to you right now. Like, can you just come pick it up and grab a truck or whatever you need to do? And like, funniest thing about that, it was so stupid. And like, basically, what happened is, didn't answer me. Waited till way later to answer me, and I was like, cool, where are you located? Like, can I figure out how long it's going to take for you to get there? Because based on that, I'm going to sell this as quickly as possible because I need the shit out of the house.
Oh yeah.
And like, and she was like, well, it's going to be ready. I swear it's going to be fine. And I'm going to get it right now today. I'm like, cool. See you today. Never fucking shows up. And I'm like, cool. So you didn't show up yesterday. I have a person that's interested right now, and they're willing to come by and pick it up. Like they're about to drop money right now, and like, and this person was willing to buy it for more than what the other person, because the other person marketed it down like, I think like $30, and I was like, sure, fine, I don't care. It's not.
Yeah, you just want to get rid.
I got that shit for free. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah,
like I got it. I think I ended up selling it for like $70, but like,
nice.
No, 65. That's what it was, and like. I was like, I got that shit for free for like work. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah.
And I think I was originally selling it for 80 because it's like a fucking cherry wood motherfucker. It's still good.
Solid.
The only reason I wasn't gonna sell it for more is because there's cracks all over the place.
Hey.
Like there's ripped parts in it and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be an asshole and like sell people like stuff. It's kind of like Jin, like, you know, coming in halfway with the fucking like mercenary money, the Witcher mercenary money.
Oh yeah.
That is still, and mind us going on tangents. This is how we are.
Yep.
But like
happens.
Like that's still one of the funniest parts to me in that game is that like it's y'all's fucking job, right?
Yeah.
It's the Witcher's job. It's not our job. It's the Witcher's job. We're just here to like. We're just going along with the plan, right?
Oh, D&D.
And like Jin for some reason jumps in and is just like, yo, I'll have this negotiation for some fucking reason. And like,
Well, I mean,
well, it was weird because like I think it ended with who has the highest charisma, and everyone knew that obviously. Like it was like, okay, like really, you're gonna ask that question?
yep,
Like,
he's our Barker. He's
like
gonna...
here's our bard, here's our dude, figure it out. And like, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, I think I was reluctant about it actually at first. And I was
You
like,
were,
I don't
you're
know,
like,
man. I was like, this seems like the wrong thing to do. And
yeah.
then like I took it, and then like I was gonna actually double it, but I was like, nah, let's like do something really weird with this. Like let's make it seem like Jin's actually learning how to like, you know, be nice, like, and be like have some sort of empathy towards the other person. And I remember Rowan being so fucking pissed
Oh, he
off.
was mad.
Oh my god, it was so good. I love that. I love that scene so much. But back to the bookstore, the bookshelf. Excuse me. So like, bought it. So like, person was coming in. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be great. I get a text afterwards and was like, yeah, so I'm ready to pick it up right now. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I sold it. Like, I told you, like, someone else is ready and something like that. And like, this woman went fucking off on text. I was like, I'm so glad I don't give people my number ever. Cause like she went fucking off. Like, she was like, why would you do that? Blah blah blah. You're just some motherfucker that just like done this. I'm like, dude, like I told you,
I mean,
ready right now. You said you were gonna show up.
said
You didn't show up.
today.
Next motherfucker. I don't give a shit. And to be fair, like the woman was like literally like a blonde, like middle-aged woman with American flag on the fucking like shirt. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't give a shit who I sell this to, but like, come
Yeah,
on,
money
man.
is money, but I mean, it explained a lot.
Mhm.
Like that, yeah.
It always feels weird when you're like selling shit, especially on Marketplace.
Oh yeah.
Cause like because I sell it like at least once a month. I sell something that I have because like I end up buying something that like is just quality of life, and then I'm like, shit, now this is useless. So yeah, like I'm about to hardwire this house. So like up front in our two offices, I'm gonna hardwire.
Ooh.
Can't
Nice.
wait to go in the attic. For the second time.
That'll be fun.
The first time I went, the heat index was like 103.
You gotta do that shit during the winter, man. You gotta
So like this was the second time I ever went in the attic. With the first time was in the winter, because I didn't have a ladder, so it was much more dangerous the last time I went. But now I have a ladder that actually reaches up there. But I need to buy like the fucking the step thing and just install that in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
Get
like
your little door.
it's because I'm spoiled too, because we had that in the last house. So like now that it's like
they're nice. It's one of those.
also the cover for it is just fucked up. Like after like the third time, because it was like stuck, and like after like the third time getting it up, there's like pieces on the corner that's just gone. I'm like,
I mean, if you're gonna have to replace it, may as well do it right.
yeah. But like as soon as I like get those, like the mesh network I have, it's gonna be useless.
Yeah,
Like I'm sitting there because like I have a Uniquity like AP that I'd rather just use that for my Wi-Fi, because I only need the one. Having these two actually makes it worse. Like because I'm actually bottlenecking the network by having them so close together.
Yeah,
that's one of those reaches about 2,000 square feet. The only reason I have that there is because I don't have a Wi-Fi card in there on my PC. She does, but I don't. She has actually. What's funny is I hooked her ass up because she has a newer she has shit, what does she have? Fuck. Oh, it's a B50. It's a B50G Mac. Tomahawk, not a Tomahawk. It's like the MPG version.
I got
with my like what it has Wi-Fi, it's Wi-Fi 6 and all that shit. And she has a Ryzen 5 5600X.
Nice.
And I'm like, and she hates it. She hates it so much. I must have spoiled her. I was like, I don't care. Like mine works perfectly fine. Like for me, I already understand the graphics card is really just everything. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like I've overbought for mine anyways. Like I have a 850 in that. What am I gonna do with an 850 on a 1660? I will need it when I get the ultra wide, because of the gaming ultra wide.
Oh yeah, because
it's 144 hertz ultra wide. It's from Acer. It's the Acer
It's a
Nitro.
2K or a
2K.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need that power.
Yeah, like I was like, no, I wasn't gonna do 4K. Like it's a 1660. Like the most I can do, I can push 1440p, but it I don't know how many games I could do that in,
Yeah.
that would actually
Like,
be worth it. Like weirdly, I might be able to do Destiny, which is like the one I've been playing the most right now. I might be able to do that in 2K and probably be fine. But like the only reason I did is I really I don't want 4 monitors. Like I
yeah.
was like, oh, that's fucking cool because I'm a techie kind of thing, and like the only reason is I got cheap and because I got that from work, and that monitor up there is also from work, and so like and the other three are mine. Like the LG over there is actually the newest one. That's my gaming monitor.
Yeah.
And like so like I was like, cool, that's great, like and do that. But the problem is like that is a VA screen. So like no matter what, I don't really use it because it's like I barely see anything.
Yeah.
That screen over there is literally just for like like other things I don't really do with. Like if it's like something I need to look at when I need to, or like sometimes it's OBS if I stream.
Oh yeah.
It's other reasons. It's like I put Wavelink over there or some shit of that nature. I just don't care. Other than that, it's completely useless. Sometimes I think sometimes it's like a video that I put up while I'm working, and that's pretty much it. But other than that,
It's
I
like
hate
background.
I hate that thing so much. I want to get rid of it so bad. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of it.
Yeah.
Like my idea is that once I get the ultra, I'm supposed to get it on like Tuesday. So once I get that, I'm basically put the ultra wide down, and then moving that setup up there, and then that will be setting there, and then I'm going to actually let Addy use the Samsung just to have something that's like level, and then I'm just gonna have those two up there because those two aren't that big of a deal if I have it up there. Also I like that monitor a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
like nice that's a 60 hertz, but I really like that monitor. That one my brother-in-law I had to buy it from him.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
To be fair, like I think he bought it and then had it for like a month, and then ended up buying a 4K monitor instead.
No, I remember you telling me this. I'm like, wait, he only had for how long?
I mean, whatever. I think he just didn't like that it was a low hertz. I think that's what it was. He wanted one with a higher refresh rate.
Oh yeah.
Because he had that one 60 hertz. He was like, I want a 144 hertz. And I was like, cool. I mean, whatever. You do you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It is what it is.
All right, so what else have you been watching?
Let's see what I've been watching. Let's see. What If with Marvel.
Oh, because you're watching it like actually throughout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Way more episodes than I expected.
Oh yeah,
I looked at the list because I'm not watching it yet, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll just wait until it finishes. 9 episodes. The fuck.
He's like, yeah. Well, I mean, because they're not as restricted when they were making this,
right? Are they as long?
Yeah, they're like 30 minutes.
30. Okay,
so it's not hour.
That makes more sense because I was sitting there. There's no way this is like an hour and a half kind of shit. Like,
no, like with Loki, that was hour-long episodes. It actually got cut short because of COVID. That's they're filming in the middle of 2020.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Loki was supposed to be like 8 episodes, and then they cut it short, or
no, it's supposed to be longer. They only released up to 8.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember how many episodes was in it. I just remember.
Yeah.
I remember we watched every episode except for the last one, and we were watching. Yeah, that's what happened. We were all the way through 7. The day of it was 7, and then we waited till the next week to watch the 8th one. Which I remember that one being weird because it was originally supposed to be showing on Friday, if I remember correctly, and then they changed it to Wednesday for those showings.
Yep.
Which I'm still kind of confused why they did that. Like, it doesn't. I don't know why they changed it. I don't get it. But I'm excited for Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're going to watch it on Tuesday. Yeah, nice. Tuesday. I bought the tickets like yesterday, or I bought it like during our game. I was like,
you did buy it yesterday because I overheard. I was like,
yeah. I was like, no, we gotta watch this shit. I'm like, I don't care. Yep. I've been wanting to watch it for like ever. Like, I don't know that much about Shang-Chi. I remember reading comics around it because I remember Wolverine hates him.
Who doesn't Wolverine hate? I mean,
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of
he tolerates Cap. I would say,
It's hard to hate on Cap though.
You can't do it.
It's really hard to hate on Steve Rogers. Let me specify Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers Cap.
Like, it's really hard to hate Steve Rogers. Like, what are you gonna do against literally the most poster boy of poster boys? Like, he is like the true American. Like no one else is going to call themselves a patriot by not looking at like fucking Steve Rogers. It's just wrong. He's the only patriot. This is just as simple as that.
Yep.
So like everyone else that questions it, which is why like which is why like what's his face who becomes the US agent.
John Walker.
John Walker.
Oh,
this is like so perfect because like it's literally like the person that says he's the patriot, which is like basically ruling it. If you say you're a patriot, you're not a patriot. Kind of thing.
Well, because that's that's the thing with Steve. He never said he was a patriot. He's he shows, doesn't tell.
He just has a sense of right and wrong, and he's going to do what he needs to do, and that's pretty much it. Which is why Chris Evans is so fucking hot, especially when he's Nomad. It's just as simple as that.
Oh gosh, Nomad. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We need a Nomad movie.
Nomad. I need a Nomad.
I needed a Nomad movie.
Please let me have this moment where he's like Nomad randomly when he's like going back in time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, returning the stones.
Yeah, him just returning the stones. He gets stuck for no reason. He's like, I'm Nomad. I gotta do some shit.
I remember hearing one theory. It would have been interesting. They were like, what if in all the Marvel movies, like Stan Lee was actually Steve Rogers gone back in time?
Oh my god!
And he was just there, just checking. Because some people were like, "Oh, Stan Lee's the Watcher." I'm like, no. What if he was Steve Rogers? Checking in on his friends to see how they're doing.
That's still so weird that canonically Stan Lee's the Watcher.
Yeah.
Like, that's canon. What? Okay, I guess.
I mean, it would have been a little hard, especially with the Guardians when he was like out there
in
space. I don't know, but he's returning the stones, so he had to go to different planets. So I'm like saying Stan Lee is Steve Rogers. But that would have been cool.
Yeah. It would have been cool. What the fuck am I hearing?
I don't know. It's like
you're hearing it, right?
Yeah. Is someone calling you?
Oh, I think someone is calling.
Someone's calling you.
What the fuck? I'm really scared if it's like someone.
It's great.
I'm recording. Fucker, I'm recording. This dude has the worst fucking timing.
No, he always has, like always.
God damn it, Chris. Good job. You're gonna be on the goddamn he's actually coming into town.
Yeah, you said that last night.
2 weeks from now. Yeah. Like I was like, cool. He like randomly called me. He was like, yeah, I'm a weird family shit. And it was like, hey, like, cool if I come over like this time. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I was like, it's been like what, 2 years since the last time he came over? Like, well, yeah, it was about 2 years because like he came over last time because his sister graduated.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes.
That's what it was. Which is weird, and now she's pregnant. I don't know how to feel.
I mean, that's how it happens. You graduate. Sometimes you get pregnant, then you graduate.
No, not her. Not her.
Oh,
I don't know what she looks like past 5 years old. Just saying.
Oh,
I have no. Last time I seen her, we were in high school. That's the last time I've seen her.
Oh, and she's like,
dude, like she was like real
that's so
small.
weird. No, like my it's so weird looking on Facebook. I wasn't on Facebook. Melanie was on Facebook. She's like, oh my god, you want to feel old? I'm like, what? And she shows me a picture of my godson, who I've known since birth, getting his driver's license.
Oh, nice.
It's like,
see, that doesn't bother me. What bothered me is
like,
that, like,
okay, cool.
What bothered me was like, oh yeah, she's pregnant. I was like, cool. And I was like, how old is she? It's like, yeah, she's 21. I was like, no. You cannot tell me she's drinking age. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh no.
No, it doesn't make any sense. It's only not weird with my sister because for some reason she looked like a grown ass woman at like 16.
Yeah, I mean she really did.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, cool. She's like as tall as I am. For some reason, filled out everything it was super early. Yep. So like when she got to like, because now she's 20, I think 19 or 20.
She's already 20.
No, yeah, I think she turns 21 next year actually. Yeah, because like so. Yeah, she turns 20. She turns 20 next year. That's what it is. And so like I remember the last time I saw her and we were talking about it, I was like, it's not, you're like the only person that I don't find weird that is grown up because it's like you did it way too early. Like,
yeah, like she already did it ahead of time.
Like she did it so early.
She's ahead of the game.
Like she had like her bloom like real quick, and I was like, cool. and she looks exactly like me, which is so horrible. Like we
Yeah,
like put us right next to each other.
There's
It's really
definitely a
bad.
resemblance.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm very glad too, because like that means she took over our mom's side of the family, because her dad is ugly as fuck, and my dad was ugly as fuck.
Hey,
So like
you guys lucked out.
yes, we did. I lucked out weirdly both ways, because I got my family's my mother's side face, but my real father's like body type, like except for the height. Like I didn't get his 6'5" like fucking height. Like I got like the super normal height, 5'9", 5'10" on good days. People will say I'm 5'10", but I don't believe it. Like I'm like, yeah, let's push it.
You're close.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I can believe it's 5'10", because many people I talk to as 5'10" is like, oh yeah, we're the same size. I'm like, cool. I haven't gotten like measured for my height for like years.
Oh yeah.
The last time I did was like a physical 6 years ago. Not that it was my last physical. It was just for some reason, like every time I have a physical, they just don't do it. Like
No,
it's
they
not
don't
a
do
thing
it.
they do anymore.
Yeah, no. Usually they do that on like pediatric patients. They don't really.
Yeah, I guess that makes
just
to
make sure you're having no. Because once you've peaked, they're like, we don't give a shit.
25,
anymore.
get the fuck out.
Yeah, we don't give a shit anymore. And then when you get old enough, you just start, when your bones start breaking down, you start losing vertebrae, you get shorter.
So like
that cartilage gets thin.
So like so now so you switched positions now, like all together, and so like is that equaling more time or less like time to yourself at this point?
Well, I mean, it's flexible. I could give myself more time, but
you choose not to.
I like the money.
You're always about that dollar bill.
Oh yeah,
all about the Benjamins.
Chasing that dollar. Like yeah,
money
it's
over
like,
everything.
Like because if to think about it, there's at my old position there was like 10 other people that worked on my shift that was the same position.
Mm-hmm.
With me, this new job, it's just me, one other guy, and then there's a part timer.
Right.
So 3 people to cover a week. So I'm like, I can get all the overtime I want.
Yeah, I know that like right now, because that's the reason why you're not doing day shift at the moment.
Yeah,
I was like, is that something that you plan to get to, or is that something?
Yeah, I'd like to get to a normal, just because working overnights, especially, looking in the long term, really bad on heart, blood pressure, all kinds of health problems follow that.
And yeah, you're like the oldest out of the group. Like
you're
like what, 32, 33 now. 33 now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 6 months older than Addie. So.
Yeah. This is this weird like situation. Mel fucked up, but like there's this weird situation where like you're 6 months older than Addie. I'm 6 months younger than I'm Addie. 6 months younger than Addie.
Yeah.
And then like what was Mel like? Mel's 2 years younger than you, right? Or 1 year younger? No. 3.
4.
4
years younger. Yeah, I had issues.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't. No, no, you didn't have to do that. We were fine just leaving it there, bro.
Nah, it's all about the Lolitas and the.
Oh God. Oh. Yeah, you just threw me the fuck back to college. I had such a weird session with like Lolitas and lollies and shit.
Yeah.
Like it was like a weird thing. Like, what was it? I was super into like this one particular seiyuu in Japan, Rei Kugumiya.
Oh yeah.
I was so obsessed with her, and all she did was all these tsundere small people. Taiga, fucking what's her face from oh god, zero something. Like there was a dragon lady that wasn't a good show, but I was still obsessed with the kid.
Nah.
Hey. Like I was Shakugan no Shana.
Yeah.
Like I was obsessed with nothing but lolis. I'm so glad I'm over it. I'm so glad I'm back to where I was when well, yeah, it was a phase because like I was never super into that when I was a kid. I was always into the older women, as you can see.
Yeah.
Technically,
what are you talking about? She's like 13.
Stop it. Stop it.
I mean,
stop it.
Come on, Android's only been around for how long?
Shut up. Shut up. Oh, wait. So hold on. Wait, give me a minute. Because, like, Dr. Dro built... So the idea is that Dr. Dro built them years ago, right?
Yes.
But how long the question is, how long did he build them before they were randomly like released? Because oh shit.
Oh, then also they were in the chambers being locked away, so that
Okay,
you know.
hold on, give me a minute.
We need a timeline here.
I got it. Because like you have to, it's either you have to believe that they were built after Goku fucked up the Red Ribbon Army in Dragon Ball,
Most likely,
or it's the it's the 3 years in span of time, like while they're training to fight the androids, which doesn't make any sense. Like because of the fact that they run into Dr. Gero and 19 instead.
oh yeah, because Gero androided himself.
So I am going to believe that 18 is 18. Well, it has to be older because Red Ribbon Army.
Oh yeah, that was close to 20.
When
years.
in the Android Saga, God, I think like Goku's in his 30s, like somewhere around his 20s, like older 20s and 30s, because when it first starts, he's like 18, 7. Well, no, when he does the last tournament in Dragon Ball, he's like 17.
Yeah, he's still.
And so like after that, it's like it's supposed to be like 4 or 5 years afterwards.
Yeah.
Because like none of the people has been reunited since then.
Yeah.
So he's supposed to be in his 20s. And then like in that span of time, it's supposed to be a whole another like 10 to 15 years or something of that nature. Because like you have like Teen Gohan, who's like in his who's like literally in his teens, like I think like 14 or 15.
Yeah, because he started out like 4 years old.
Yeah, and then it's like almost 10. It's almost like 10 years afterwards, apparently. Like 7 years after the events of the Cell games. And wow, I know too much lore about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, because like I always base it off of Gohan. So at the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, he's like 4 years old. Then actually when it gets to Cell Saga, he's only like 12, 13.
Yeah.
So
He's
not a lot of time.
Yeah. He's 18 when he goes to college.
That's during Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, fuck. Oh god.
Yeah, because he was the kid. He was teen, but he was like, 12, 13, who beat Cell.
Yeah.
And then he freaking plateaued and stopped with his training.
Yeah.
Ooh, go to school, Gohan.
Look, man.
Bitch.
Look, man. It's consent. It's consent. So we got out of that.
Well, I mean, there are in Japan, and the age of consent's a little bit lower, so I think you're good.
I won't say consent. I would say it's age appropriate. That is the correct thing to say. I am sorry. I love 18. It is my favorite. 18. 18 is fucking.
I would go with that.
That is my waifu out of Dragon Ball. I don't care who it is.
Well, it's funny because she's again, because in Dragon Ball Z, you see, even in Dragon Ball, you see these characters that start off as villains.
Yeah.
And then they become allies, and then sometimes they're some of the best. Like, like you see Piccolo, he was like an evil guy.
He was awful. He was really awful.
Even Yamcha, he was a freaking bandit who tried to rob them.
The Tien.
Yep, Tien. Oh gosh,
almost every single villain became
Vegeta. Like everybody loves Vegeta.
Yeah, Vegeta's like one of the greats.
Yeah, I mean 18.
Yeah, 18, 17 actually gets.
Yeah,
like
17 gets a little.
17 becomes a fucking animal lover. Like he's literally taking care of an entire island of animals. He like, what's been happening to 17? Super comes around. Yeah, he's been just taking care of this island of animals and just fucking keeping it safe and fucking a motherfucker and telling poachers get the fuck out of here. I was like, fuck up your shit.
It's still interesting, especially you see it's like more like the earlier, so like from Android before, with the exception of like Ginyu's and Frieza's. Although they did bring him back, but that's for Tournament of Power.
Look,
it's
like
a different thing.
Look, we always got to bring Frieza back because Frieza's the best villain.
Oh, hands down.
Frieza is, no matter what, is always going to be the best villain, no matter how it is. Most interesting, some of the best like writing for that character.
Yeah,
some of the funniest shit that happens with Frieza is amazing. Broly to this day is still one of the funniest fucking interactions with Frieza ever. Oh my god. The Broly shit is so good. Like I am so shocked at how funny that shit is. That's not fair. Like they fuse, like because I didn't think about the fact that like in canon, like Frieza's been dead this entire time.
Yeah,
like in Hiffle, like,
Hiffle, whatever they call it.
They call it Hiffle, and like because they
For
won't say
kids.
not for kids. It's actually
Well,
seriously called that. Like,
yeah, well, because Hercule he's
okay,
Mr.
that's
Satan.
American bullshit.
Yeah,
That's American. Mr.
Hercule,
Satan.
Mr. Satan.
Yeah, that is his name, but they never call him Hercule. His name is Mr. Satan.
Yeah,
Because he's a piece of shit.
he is.
he's literally like the WWE like star in this situation. Like, not shooting on WWE because I love the WWE so much, but
great.
like he is literally the wrestling star in this situation.
Well, I mean, they based him off of like Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, that's what.
Yeah, because like he has the same facial hair. He even like
his mannerism and the way he talks,
the way he talks.
Like
yeah,
Hulk
like
Hogan.
just his lines. And then even when they dubbed it, he sounds like Hulk Hogan.
They knew what they were doing when they brought him in. I was like, yeah, you know what you're doing.
Like if if he ever said brother, I'd be like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, brother.
Brother.
Oh my god. Speaking of brother, speaking of Hulk Hogan, oh my god. Like, I am weirdly excited for the biopic that Chris Hemsworth's gonna be doing.
Oh my god.
I don't know how to feel after that like fucking tire flip like picture that he did of showing like how big he got for the role.
Oh yeah.
And which is weird because I don't even remember Hulk Hogan being that huge. Like he was fucking huge, right?
He's huge, but not, I don't know.
Maybe I'm just seeing it. I've never seen Hulk Hogan live. Like, so like I don't know.
He's a huge
I've
guy.
seen Randy live and that dude was fucking jacked. And like,
yeah, I sometimes, they say, oh, especially old saying, camera adds 10 pounds. I don't know. Like, because when you see some of these wrestlers and football players in person, you're like, oh no.
That's what I'm gonna say. I don't think I think it's weird to call it that. I think a lot of times cameras embellish a lot more than it really is because of the natural size of the way the lenses are done and things
yeah,
of that nature.
it's these
it's just
people
how
are
it is.
Huge.
Like people, it's already been taught in like photography that like every camera like is not like the weird part of the camera is that it is too perfect, like according to the human, because the human eye is flawed.
Yes,
technically, at how you see.
Being biologic, it's not.
Yeah, and so when you're looking through a camera, it literally has to do a bunch of shit to make it like work to your eye, and you have to understand the camera's perfect. Like it just sees things way better than we do, and we're just perceiving it through multiple sets of like broadcast feeds and shit and that.
Oh yeah, and then you lose some quality as
you lose quality or whatever. And
especially back in the day when Hulk Hogan was like, come on.
Oh, in the 80s?
Look at all CRTV.
Oh my god, in the 80s? Fuck hell yeah, man.
Yeah, nah.
Because when I started watching him in the 90s when it was WWF.
WWF, and then there's WCW.
WCW. Because what was it? Because WWF came from what was it? NFO, I think. Like it kind of was like it was a weird situation, and then you have WWF, and then you this, which is like some of the greatest that came out of it. Booker T, fucking not Fizz Marquee. I was about to say Fizz Marquee. I was like it's Mark something, like Mark Chocolate. Is like his nickname was Chocolate.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio, fucking Sting, fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin, fucking like Undertaker. There's so many. I'm not gonna go through the whole
Goldberg.
List. Goldberg. Oh my god, Goldberg.
That spear.
Oh my god. You know the weirdest thing about watching Goldberg is watching Goldberg host a spinoff to Forged in Fire. Have you ever seen it?
No, I've not.
It's Forged in Fire, like Knives Out or some shit. Like Addie will have to.
Oh, so they're like forging like knives?
No. So like it's not even forging. So like what it is that instead of forging, essentially all the testing part of it, it's that. Like that's the competition.
Oh,
they bring. So the idea is that you have these random people who all like have done like various different things. None like half of them, I would say like half are actual like blacksmiths or bladesmiths, and they bring their own weapons. And they're going through all of like the usual tests you would see in Forged in Fire in this like kind of like what's the obstacle like kind of
it's like an obstacle course before
it's like you're just going through each test and like you're getting stuff done, and that's the game. I don't think it lasted more than 2 seasons, but like it was just so weird to see Goldberg hosting it. I'm like, I mean, it's cool. I'm glad to see Goldberg, like, because the
Yeah, I haven't
last time
seen
I
him in
seen
a
Goldberg is
while.
when he made his comeback out of nowhere and whooped he came back as a heel, which was the best part ever. Like like somehow like the and it was weird because they were trying to like make Roman Reigns like the good guy, because
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is like, to me, I really like his character only because of the fact that he has the same like outcome that The Rock did, where
Yeah.
they had a thing with the whole oh god, what was his shitty ass name that he had? It was like Ricky something.
Oh god.
Rocky
Yeah, it was.
Rocky Manny or something. Rocky something. It was
Yeah.
so bad. And he had the like Jerry
The
curl
curls.
fucking
Oh my god.
the fucking Jerry curl or whatever. And then like they were like, fuck you, like this dude's shitty, and like made him do a heel, and he was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, I got this shit. I'm the Rock.
Yep.
Doesn't fucking matter what you saying. And then like Roman Reigns did the same thing. He just like, well, if you're gonna fucking hate me, and he just did all the
Yep.
shittiest motherfucking shit. I was like, yes, this is what I want to see.
Yeah.
Like some of my favorite wrestlers are all but heels. Like Stone Cold Steve Austin was a heel. Roman
Yeah.
Reigns was a heel.
Yep.
Booker T was a heel for a little bit.
Mhm.
Fuck, what was his name? Kane. That's what I was trying
Oh
to.
my gosh.
Kane was one of. Oh my, that was some weird shit. The
That's
storyline behind all
God.
that shit, like him, like apparently him, like getting like the Hardy's brothers,
Yeah.
like sister, like pregnant, or like no, not the sister, like the girlfriend, the wife
Yeah,
of
it's
the
like
Matt Hardy's, like
Kane was
pregnant. Apparently,
crazy.
like the whole thing is so fucking weird.
That dude.
It was like, who is writing this shit?
I
Like this is like prime 90s like kind of shit.
Oh yeah.
It was like we have this shit and the celebrity death match at the same time. And I'm like, all right, let's just fucking go. I don't give a shit.
Right.
And which for some reason celebrity death match is like Stone Cold Steve Austin makes a comeback every time.
Yep.
In that. I'm like, why?
Just,
I guess. At least John Cena made it. Which is funny. So like I'm gonna go a little bit different about that. Like I find it interesting in the wrestling situation, like how many wrestlers has actually made it into
yeah,
the
I
silver
know.
screen.
Because used to, it was like a cameo or a minor role.
Yeah,
or
but
just
even,
as like a
and
butt
even
of a
then,
joke or something.
or like if there was a movie, it was never going to be a good movie. Like think about half the movies that like Stone Cold did that were all not great.
Yeah.
Like, and then like even the
that?
ones John Cena
Convict.
was. Yeah. Oh my god, Convict was so bad.
It's basically Hunger Games, but
Oh,
with prisoners.
God. I hated it. I really wanted to like that movie too.
I wanted to
I
like
was
it
like,
too.
oh,
I
this
was
is
like,
kind of
oh
cool.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're trying to be like Rambo and fucking Hunger Games.
It's like
at the same
Rambo,
time.
Hunger
This
Games.
is so dumb. And then nothing is a shitty.
And they try to con us with his
Ugh.
characters. Like, oh, he's actually not that bad of a guy.
Ah.
Like, yeah, he's just murdering these people.
Oh my god. Like so no, it's never gonna be as bad as like the thing that John Cena tries to get people. Well, I wouldn't say tries to get people forget, because he's weirdly becomes very like accepting of his shitty roles.
Yeah.
The Marine.
Oh god.
The Marine was so bad. Like so bad. And for some reason they made multiple of them with different wrestling stars.
Yeah, it's all like, oh,
which the others I don't even know who they were.
No.
But like the Marine was so bad.
I think Batista did one similar
Yeah,
to the Marine as
Batista,
well.
Batista did like I think no, it was 3, because 2 was like some unknown name person, but he did 3. It was funny because like I was thinking about that, because I was thinking about the thing that John Cena said in an interview. He was saying that he doesn't ever want to really work with The Rock or Dave Batista. Oh no, Dave Batista said he doesn't want to work with John Cena or The Rock.
Yeah.
And I understand why. Like I had to think about it, because you have this back and forth of like, why the fuck would you say that? You're not gonna have people in your backs. I'm like, you had like every single like wrestler like has everybody is like best fucking friends.
Yeah.
That's not a thing at all. Like
No.
like it's a fucking business, okay?
Yeah.
And like there's only a few like small groups that are actual friends, and usually they've just been tag teaming for a long period of time.
Yep.
And even then they fucking hate each other.
Oh yeah.
DX.
Oh my god.
Because no one fucking like X-Punk.
No.
No one liked X-Punk.
No. My brother was a fan of Xbox.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, what is wrong with you?
Ugh, fucking piece of
You
shit.
go around like, yeah.
No,
I'm
if
like,
it isn't
God.
Shawn Michaels or Triple H, it didn't fucking
Yeah,
matter,
no.
right? And those motherfuckers were like fucking hooked at the goddamn hip.
Oh yeah.
Like those them and Jericho? Fucking hell,
Yeah.
dude.
I was surprised when, like Triple H was in Blade. I'm like, all right, where's the rest of the crew? You know,
Oh,
he was in Blade 3 or yeah.
I forget.
Or Blade 2.
Trinity. No,
or no, it's Trinity. He was in Trinity. Yeah, like
Trinity.
where's the rest of them?
Yeah, I know, right? Oof. When you have to like sit there, it's like, oh yeah, that's that other Ryan Reynolds film that no one really wants to talk about. Yeah, it was funny too because like I remember only watching Blade Trinity, thinking, "Oh, that's Van Wilder. He has a beard." That's all I got out of it.
Yep.
And then he's really funny. And that's all I was getting.
Oh, he's funny.
I was like, "Oh, he's really funny."
Like, yeah. I don't know. I think it was That was one of the parts in Trinity that was actually enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was weird. I'm like,
no,
this guy's
literally
hilarious.
that scene of him like being tortured.
Yeah.
Like one of the funniest fucking scenes ever, and like just him just riffing the entire time. I'm like,
it's like
this is great. And then me being weirdly obsessed with The Proposal.
Oh, The Proposal is a great movie. I don't care what anybody says. If that's on, I'm gonna watch it.
That shit every time that shit would get on TV, I'm like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Sandra Bullock, fucking like Betty White, like let's fucking go. I don't give a shit.
Yep. Yes. I don't care.
I still love the best part is their marketing of like Betty White's a piece of shit to Ryan Reynolds because she has such. I mean, it's true. She has like incredibly vulgar mouth, but like, like that. Bless her heart, and the fact that she's still alive. Like it is insane that she's still alive. What is she like? 90? Is she 99 now?
No. I think she's like 92.
I know she's in her 90s.
I don't know.
God.
Watch her be like only 89 and be like,
no, I know
she's out. No, she's in her 90s.
I know she's in her 90s because I remember there was one year. Oh, it was the year of COVID.
Yeah.
And her birthday came up, and we were like, "Happy birthday! Don't die.
Please don't die.
Please don't.
You're
die.
our only hope.
Please don't." And we were like, "Please don't get COVID." And I remember there was like a weird thing. It was like, "Please put on your mask."
Remember? No, remember when Tom Hanks got COVID?
Oh,
and everybody was like, "No!"
Everyone went fucking off.
God.
Addie was not happy.
She's like, "No."
I was like, "No, you ain't. Not my boy.
Not Tom Hanks.
not Tom Hanks.
Do that to him.
Not some fucking American treasure."
Like, yeah, I believe there's some people that we should just protect at all costs.
For real, they're like generally like you're not supposed to like idolize your fucking
I know.
Right? That's not a thing. But there are just some people that you just know that are just good people that you're just like you don't want to like them to like end in a shitty way. Like everyone's gonna still reel about the fact that Chadwick Boseman died.
Yes.
And the fact that he hid all that shit for years.
He kept it hidden for long.
Years. Like the fact that he was doing all this shit. He even showed like, and that makes sense because you never saw him work out. But but all the work he put into that shit, all the stuff you saw in the behind the scenes when he did, and all the biopics he did. He's like what, like 5 separate fucking like real people, and then was amazing in every single one of them.
Yes.
James Brown, Jackie Robinson. I can't remember the others, but they're all really good. I think there was what was he?
Grab it, it's getting away.
Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
Louis Armstrong in Mommy Roz or whatever in the Netflix movie with Viola Davis. It's such a good movie. I just trying to remember it because I only watched it once, but I was like, this is amazing. I feel like I'll ruin it by watching it again.
Yep.
But yeah, fucking, it's insane how like this man has like spent years hiding the fact that he has cancer. I think it was like pancreatic cancer, correct?
Yeah, something they got.
Yeah, like it's something like that. But like, essentially, the fact that he fucking like went through all that, did as amazing as he did, Wakanda Forever, and like. It's insane. Like it's insane how you have people that has worked that hard and just hit it for like so long. No one has done that in the business. Like it's not a normal thing to happen. Most of the time you kind of embellish about it. Like the fact that you're there. It gives you good press to kind of do kind of have like a issue, like an issue and things of that nature.
Yeah, because
Nah, I'm just gonna be a good fucking actor.
Nope.
Cool. Fucking hell. How fucking dare you?
Yeah.
How fucking dare you be a fucking treasure actor and then die the best way possible? Like at the height of your fucking career.
Yeah.
God, man.
That's
fucking
still-
hated it.
Yeah, it's just
Another reason why I haven't watched What If yet, because I'm not ready to cry.
Oh yeah,
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, as soon as you hear his voice, I was
Because
just like, oh,
I'm gonna fucking die. Like,
oh,
because I didn't know that any of the original. Because it was funny because people were like, oh, like Chris Evans didn't come back to do his role. I'm like, I didn't expect anybody to come back to do the role for What If.
but
The fact that I look at the list and like everybody did their shit, and I was like, oh shit, like everybody did it. But then I was like, voice acting like back then isn't like it was now. Like
No.
it still has a stigma behind it, but like
yeah,
now like it's become way more like accepted to like for like a very serious actor to be voice acting
just to do voice work. Yeah,
because it's the same fucking, it's acting. Like no matter
it's
how
still
you look
acting,
it's
no matter
still
how.
fucking acting.
Yeah, people are like, oh, you're just using your voice. Like, no,
yeah, but
that's capturing the essence of the character. Actually, to me, voice acting is more difficult than regular acting.
Exactly.
I have an easier time on stage than I do
exactly
just because you through your voice you not only have to get the line and have the right emotion, but you have to you're capturing the essence of this character, and you have to be like, oh, they sound like their face looks like this, they sound like, you know, their body language. Like, how do you express body language through voice?
Oh my god,
that's voice acting.
And that's even worse when you have to deal with the fact you have dubbers. You have people doing these anime that have
syncing
to look at this shit and do all this shit. You know the people that like really pisses me, like that really like gets me about this. Like people like give so much shit about like, you know, voice actors not sounding like the other people, and it's like, or like the fact that they're like the translation's weird. Why they didn't say that exactly here. Yeah. Because they're saying this for the audience that they're getting it to. What do you think? People are just like purposely saying things in English and people were gonna say the same shit said in general? Just be happy they're not calling onigiri fucking jelly donuts, okay?
Yeah.
We had to suffer through fucking 4Kids, okay? We had to suffer through 4Kids.
Jelly donuts.
We had to suffer through fucking Usopp sucking on fucking doing Usopp with a goddamn slingshot and fucking oh god, Sanji fucking having a goddamn lollipop, okay?
Yeah,
not a fucking cigarette, like a real goddamn man, all right?
Hey, nope, lollipops.
Don't smoke cigarettes, or but like, tobacco's bad for you. Don't do drugs.
This is not far.
We haven't suffered through the fucking Ninja Turtles telling us not to do drugs.
Oh man, yeah.
Especially from the movie. Like, I remember watching the first movie, and then like immediately it's like we got back to school, like afterwards we ended up watching on TV.
Yep.
The fucking don't do drugs.
Like, all right.
Special. I'm like, what the fuck?
Down with this.
And like, to be fair, I didn't question it. I'm just like, it's Ninja Turtles, yay!
Yeah, I get to
Did
watch
not
Ninja
give
Turtles
a shit
at school. Hell
yeah, I didn't give a shit. I was like, no, don't do drugs. I was like, motherfucker, I'm from Ocala. Who's doing drugs here? Lo and behold, people were doing meth like a motherfucker there.
All the math.
Like well, to be fair, I also
but
didn't.
not really in the schools. Like, you don't do that till you're in your 20s.
No.
30s.
Weirdly
40s.
enough, meth heads had a code in Wakala.
Yeah, it's like we don't sell to kids.
Well, they only took like Section 8 houses and shit of that nature. Yeah. Apparently, I only remember that from like when my grandma was working on that shit in Wakala, and like she was like, yeah, they just did that, and then recently they had like a big ass bust, and then like took down like a shitload of houses at once. Ever since then, I mean, they still do meth, but like it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Like it used to be really bad.
It's still there.
I didn't know anything about it. I was like, fuck it. I don't live in Wakala. I live in Woodville, which is like, I'm literally like a line away from fucking being
You're
Leon
almost
County.
in. Yeah.
Like there was like, it's funny how like people were like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Italy. I'm not even gonna say I'm from Wakala. Like there's no reason of saying.
Well, that's what I used to say when I was from Havana. I was like, oh, I'm from Tallahassee.
Yeah, like. Like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm totally from. Like, I went to school in Wakala, but I'm in Tally. Like most of the time,
I spend in Tally. Yeah, and it's like, well, another thing, I say Havana, and they're like, "You're Cuban?" Like, no.
I mean,
No.
You could be Cuban. Like
I
it could happen. Like
could.
Cubans be light.
Oh yeah, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, yeah,
Yeah,
we
Cubans be
but
light.
Like yeah, but I'm like, no. No.
No.
No.
No.
I don't.
Needs
No.
no Cuban here.
Like it was. Because I'd say Havana, and I'm like, hold on, let me say it how the locals say it. Hey Vanner.
Hey Vanner.
Hey Vanner.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, the interesting thing with Havana, little Florida history. It actually was named after Havana, Cuba, because Havana was predominantly tobacco farmers. And tobacco was also very prominent in Cuba as well because of Cuban cigars and all that. And before there was a ban on all that, you know, so we would produce Cuban-like cigars in Havana, and that's how it got its name.
That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. I'm glad you got to say that before Addie did. Because
I know a little bit about Florida history as well.
I mean, it was literally her job to be a Florida historian, but like,
yes,
like it's so funny how many times we'll like go to St. Augustine and she just goes fucking hard.
Oh, St. Augustine, there's so much.
Oh, there's so much history though. Like I'm super interested, right? It's not like it's boring or anything. I always enjoy watching other people like get excited about something.
Yes.
Like I so enjoy when, especially as something I don't know anything about. Like I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm willing to listen. Like I'm seeing how this goes.
I love that energy. Love that passion.
It's the and that's the thing. It has nothing to do with the content. It has to do with the energy that comes behind
the enthusiasm.
Because like no matter what, it's not about like whether I'm interested in what you're doing. It's about I'm supporting that you are interested in this situation. Like I know people could give two shits about me talking about Sonic for 4 hours, or talking about the fucking lore of fucking the Sonic comics or anything of that nature, or the fact that I have a fucking shrine. I have it on my tattoo. There is so many times I showed off my tattoo and it's like, that's cool. I know for a fact that you don't think that's cool. It's perfectly fine to not think it's cool. It's not cool, and I know it isn't.
Oh yeah, the funny thing with Sonic.
Like the funny thing with Sonic, it's weird as fuck, and it's kind of one of.
I think it's the fandom that's weird. Of what the fandom has become. And then now modern Sonic is we're not the target audience either.
Well, no, we're not to be fair, Sonic's never been the adult audience in general.
Yeah.
Like Sonic since modern Sonic came out, and let's say Battle Adventure 2. Or was it Adventure 2? So weird.
I think it was Sonic Adventures 2.
Sonic Adventures 2 Battle.
Soundtrack was amazing.
Soundtrack is amazing. Fucking Crush 40. I cried so much like a motherfucker at the 30th.
Oh yeah, 30th with the orchestra and all that. Yes.
I'm sitting here on my toilet like taking a shit and watching, sitting the entire fucking 2 hours watching the goddamn thing, and then Crush 40 gets out and I hear Live and Learn and I fucking go off. I'm like Live and Learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. And like so I completely understand, like this is for children, it doesn't matter. I mean, Sonic Boom, the whole purpose of Sonic Boom was to try to like get to a new audience with it. I understand that, and really honestly and truly the show is fire. Like the show is actually pretty good. Like people should give it a chance. Yeah, the game was shitty. God. The game was broken. Actually, the game could have been good. It just was broken. It just was not fit. That is the unfinished of unfinished games. Now, mind you, there's things on Steam that's straight up unfinished. Which I think, and this is the thing I get at, is people take unfinished games as the same thing as bad games. I don't think that should be.
No, I think unfinished games is like they have potential.
Yeah.
They're only bad because they're unfinished. If it was completely finished, it'd be a decent game.
Exactly. Now, you know, oh God, I was thinking of one that was like straight up unfinished, and Red Dead Online was unfinished.
Yeah.
It was only put there because people were expecting it because of GTA Online.
GTA Online, yep.
It was incredibly unfinished, but it's still fucking cool. It was still fucking great. I still like the idea of it. I won't play it because like my same inclinations of like GTA Online, unless I got a squad like going with it, I just
like we did
get fucking
a few
bored.
years ago.
I just get fucking bored. Like
I tried to jump in. Shoot, I still have a millionaire in that game.
Yeah. I still get random millions. Like I have like a mercenary or like a random like thing I bought some time ago, and I do that every once in a while just to make some money, and then that's it. Because no, well, I guess people still play like heavily, but like I never, for some reason, I never end up in the public lobbies that like
Yeah.
I have to worry about that often. I get on like once every year, I
Yeah,
guess.
I jumped in just because,
You
like,
know,
I haven't touched it in a while, and then
also the fact that we can say once every year for GTA, and because GTA 5's been out since 2014, I think.
yeah,
No, it's been earlier than that because 2014 is
yeah,
when it was out for Xbox One.
yeah, no,
Oh
because
my
that was
god.
after the delay. Yeah, it was delayed.
Oh my god. How long has it been? I gotta look this up real
Yeah,
quick. Oh my god. That is
how old?
that. Mm, hold the fuck on. Because like that. Oh my god. Because I was thinking about that. Because I was like, wait, how long has it been? Like it's been out for like ever.
It has
Like it's 2013.
13. Yeah, because no, it was a
September.
year delay. It was a
Yeah,
year
September
delay.
13. It was a year delay because like the Xbox and the PlayStation didn't come out till late holidays of 2014.
Yeah.
And then it was delayed. Yeah, it was delayed because it was supposed to come out when they came out. God, oh God, it's still too
Yeah,
long though.
it's so
Like it's one of
long.
those things where and it's been re-released so many times.
Yep.
Because it's supposed to come out for, or if it didn't already, it's supposed to come out for the new consoles too.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, is it out already?
Not yet.
Oh, it's
But
supposed
it's
to.
coming out.
Okay. Because I know,
just like Skyrim.
and there's supposed to be a remastered version of San Andreas,
I'd play
which
that.
I'm excited. I'm
I'd go
excited
for
for
that.
that. I love San Andreas so
San
much.
Andreas
That shit is
is
so fun.
great.
It still is the only one with an actual like fat and muscle mechanic, and I love
Yeah,
it.
it's like I'm gonna eat all these cheeseburgers.
Mm-hmm.
Better go to the gym.
And weirdly enough, like the most the coolest fucking like car modification system.
Oh yeah.
Shit was so there was no way you weren't making a fucking hoopty every goddamn time you were
Yep.
getting grabbing the car, and you were like trying your fucking hardest to not ruin that shit. Be
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
I'm gonna take it slow.
Yep.
Drive up to the ladies. So
Yep.
this is
Not
obviously
even.
me showing my dominance.
Yeah.
I miss like 90s old school like show of dominance kind of situation. The dumbest shit we used to do is like the fucking lean walk, the fucking crip walk kind of shit. Like what the fuck was that? Why does it look like I should be on a cane, but I'm too damn stubborn?
You probably need to get that checked out.
Yeah, I mean it's still work. I guess it hasn't stopped because now we just do this shit. Yeah, like I'm putting on lotion at the same time.
Putting on
like
lotion and I'm about to eat a buffet.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what the fuck? Put on your bib? Like, what the
bust
hell?
up in there.
What is this? What is this? Golden Corral shit?
Gotta get that chocolate fountain.
So weird. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, my favorite like things that had to do with like being a romantic or singing on nature is making a mixtape. Like, it was so cool because the experience is what made it cool. Yeah, you like if you lucked out and got that. I mean, I was kind of spoiled, but like you luck out and get that fucking radio with like the dual cassette tapes.
Oh yeah,
and so you can like go in and like make you can grab like your cassette and put it in the other. Copy that shit. Make yourself
copy that one song.
Yeah, other. Get that mixtape on that bitch and be like, yo ho,
what up?
What up? Wait, is that 3 or like do I have 3 minutes? 3? No, I've been on for an hour and 36 minutes.
No way.
Oh, well, hold on.
Time is a construct.
Time is a construct. No. I started
it's
recording.
How the government
it's
keeps
been
us
an hour
under
and a half
control.
since I started recording.
Please help.
Oh my god, so fucking old. Oh man, I wish I can like sit for like hours and like fucking shit on kids today. Like I don't, but I have nothing to say. Like
I really don't.
Like weirdly enough, like half the things that like Gen Z like people do, I completely understand.
No.
Some of it I don't understand at fucking all. But like
no.
Like, to be fair, like, some of it, I understand that it means literally nothing, which is fine because we did shit.
We did a lot of shit that...
I love... So, this is the thing that always makes me laugh, is, like, how, like we always shit on Gen Z and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Or well, we don't shit it as much, but like, you know, baby boomers shit on Gen Z for like not understanding.
Baby boomers shit on everybody that's younger than
To
them.
be fair, that is very true. To be fair.
Who be fair? I mean, even Gen X and Gen X like, I don't give a fuck.
Gen X is I love how like
Great, don't give a fuck.
I was like, I love how like people are like, oh, millennials are just like they don't give a shit, they just drinking all day. I'm like, no, Gen X literally
Gen
don't
X
give a fuck.
Does
they
not
literally
give a
are
fuck.
at an age where they're just getting to the point where just like, what am I gonna do?
I don't think they gave a fuck from the get go.
No, they
really
didn't. Not really. they had just the late 70s and like the fucking like,
early
mid-80s,
80s,
early 80s,
yeah.
like.
I mean, that was a time though.
They were already fucked up for all the shit.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Like just saying, like I don't know, but like I mean, Gen Z, like they got it going.
Yeah.
They understood how to get famous.
I think
more easily than we did.
Well, yeah, they had more opportunity to,
that
but
is very true.
But that's where we're saying as a society, it is getting better because when the next generation has, I know how a lot of you hear this from boomers, like, oh, you guys had it so much easier. I'm like, that was the plan, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
The whole point is to make things better and easier for the next generation.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do degrade and get like, oh, well, their work value, you know, they don't have any work ethics or they don't have morals.
No.
It's like, no, but
no. That's not true though.
No,
like,
it's not
there
true.
Is so much work ethic that these kids have. I worry for these kids sometimes. Like,
oh yeah.
Like some of the people that like are like this fucking big at like the age that they are, like these people are like
it's a lot of pressure.
Like 17, 18, and they're like some of the biggest people in the universe, and like it's like insane. Like it's insane how they have that much. There was already like multiple articles and things of that nature talking about how these kids are like thrown into a situation that way too young in their age.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Way too young in age. Like it is. We don't have child actors like there was before. The new child actors are TikTok stars, are young YouTubers, are fucking Instagram stars and things of that nature. Like those are the real fucking child actors.
And that's more numerous than actual child actors.
But the problem with that is like the relevance of those people die more often, like die out much quicker than child actors do. Like we had Ralph Macchio for like a solid few years, like right. We had like fucking Frankie Muniz for years. We had fucking Shia LaBeouf for years. We had David Spade for years. We had fucking I cannot remember French Savage for years. Like all of these people, we have like all these child actors that came out and either they're still working and doing something else out of it. They've been doing it for years, and they like never really lost relevance for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Versus the fact that like you have a kid that has like one video that's fucking amazing, and
goes
they like
viral.
boom like crazy, and everyone is expecting them to get something just as good.
Yeah. Or better.
Or most of the time,
it's better. It's
like most of the time,
you gotta up it.
You gotta up it.
And it's like, how do you top that?
How do you like especially in the fact that like entertainment today is so different how it was. Like the fucking like even in today's spectrum, because people are like kids these days don't have an attention span. I don't have the fucking attention span.
I never had the attention span.
Like, bro, I barely am on my social media because half the time I'm just fucking scrolling. Like God forbid if I've gone TikTok. Like I'm the one that gets bored if I see a 3-minute TikTok and I'm like,
this is too long.
I don't know, man.
Wrap it up.
If is this worth it? This like I'm like you got to like fucking get it. Like I'm literally like if you don't
you better have me invested.
If you don't give me in 2 seconds, I don't give a fucking shit. All right,
and that's the way it is. It's this very short form.
Yeah,
you got to get a lot of content in a short amount of time.
Yeah,
and the quality of content has to be top tier, or you're getting skipped, and then you're just back into obscurity.
And that's the other thing too. I think like the change in terms of entertainment and content creation has delved away from the planned like curated piece of content. You know what I mean? It's not like mid like prime 2012 to 2015 where like you have all these like elaborate like pieces and content that like lasted for a long period of time and like took a long time to make them. but they were really worth it and really good. Now we're at this situation, and even like in today's standpoint in YouTube, you still have these like curated situations that
Oh
are
yeah,
big and they're
definitely.
long and things of that nature. But like in terms of like what makes the real dollars and what's like really getting popular in the hits is these things that are like not really like planned at all. They're just they just threw up a camera and
Yep.
fucking went
Boom.
and just thought of something and went off of it. Or even more so, and we talk about live streaming a lot and like the intricacy about it. I think that content content creation will no longer be a creator standpoint, but
Yeah.
a live standpoint where creation is more interesting when it's created in person
Yeah. In the
or
moment.
in the moment, because people are more interested in the process of what they're
Yeah.
doing than the actual content themselves at that point sometimes.
Yeah.
and
Because
and like there are plenty of people that are perfect like um examples of that. Mark Rebule is a perfect example. Who he is literally he's famous only for making music live, like
yep.
he off the cup. He does not he like almost. I don't think there's ever been a fucking song that he has on his catalog that wasn't made live. Like
Hmm.
almost every one of them is just him live looping everything. Like and there's like and most of like the biggest hits I've seen is like people just dropping shit. T-Pain right now,
Oh yeah.
fucking
Oh
random fucking
gosh. Yeah.
resurgence.
Yeah.
Like dude is like hitting it
Oh
hard
yeah.
on Twitch, and
He's been going. I was like, what?
I'm like here for it.
There you
It's
go.
hilarious to hear his shit. It's
Oh
so
yeah.
funny. His podcast is amazing. Like it's so fucking funny. T-Pain, I would love to like you to maybe next time you come to Tally, like could you like totally come in and like talk to us? Like
That'd be great.
I know you got shit, and I know like you're only like like 4 years older than me. So, like we could talk, bro.
Yeah.
Like you the one. Like all right, you the one. You the one that made it.
Yep.
You made it out of A50. You still giving love.
Oh
I
yeah.
love my city too, baby. Seriously though, call me, DM me. Yeah, I'll be right there. But yeah, I appreciate live streaming. I think in my case, I've started getting to the point where live streaming for me is not really and we had this conversation
Oh
before,
yeah.
where it's not something I pursue as much as I thought I did, as much as I used to. And it's not because like I don't like it or I don't have fun with it or I don't think I'm good with it. I just think there is other plans that in that side of it that I think would be in better hands. And right now I think it'd be better. I think the live streaming part of things would be better hands in Addie's hands than in mine. And I only say this because of the fact that I think one, it gives her something to do. Two,
Well, damn.
two is because I love the production of it. Like
Oh yeah.
I miss being a tech, honestly and truly.
Oh
It
yeah.
was
It's
something
so
like
fun.
I love acting, right? I have a fucking ego like nobody else. I'll talk sucking head off all day. I don't talk about myself that often, but like I fucking go hard. Like it's as simple as that. But like because I just love to entertain. And so like
Yeah.
that's my thing. But I started like really missing really getting into the nitty-gritty of things.
Oh yeah.
I always love creating parts of it in the back. Like I love like the parts that curates like how is this going to work and how this is going to be done. I love the producing and directing aspect to it. Like cuz that's just something I really like. Also the fact that I'm a control freak.
It
Maybe
works out.
maybe be worth if you ever done a D&D session with me, I'm sorry. Everyone that's been in it, including this fucker,
Yeah. He's
understands
not
how I
lying.
am when I DM. It's pleasant. I
Oh yeah.
won't I'm not a dick about it. It's just that I have a very particular things that needs to happen, and I will shut you down like immediately. Like it won't like I won't say you I always give free reign. I actually always important about that. I'm also a person that I'm like, no, we need to get things going. Like, if
Yeah.
I feel like that you're wasting your fucking time, I'm gonna tell you you're wasting
Yeah.
your fucking
Some shit.
time.
Yeah. It's like, hey.
Like, hey,
What?
hey,
Shopping episode, man.
no. Which is okay. So like that. So that it's weird. Like, and we're gonna go into DM mode now.
Here we
Like,
go.
so shopping episodes. I generally think is the best and worst parts
Yeah.
of D&D. I think most people agree with that. At least most DMs agree with that. I think players don't really agree with that often because it
Yeah.
gives them the opportunity to like get
Oh,
stuff they want.
yeah, unless you're the
Kinda,
player like actively buying. If you're the player
yeah.
just like say you're like this monk, in 5e,
Mm-hmm.
what are you gonna buy?
Exactly.
You don't need armor, you have unarmored defense.
Yeah.
Your weapons are your fists. Like, yeah, you could be Kensei and be like that, but just like your general monk. Like, yeah, there's a few items. Oh, I could do this to buff my AC, but you're not really going to be invested. Also, as a monk, your starting wealth is usually a lot lower. So that player is going to be the
Yeah.
least interested. So they're like in the background while the rest of the party's like, oh yeah, shopping. Let's buy this and that. Now.
Okay, here's the thing that pisses me off the most about it. And then you remind me of something very important about that. I am so fucking tired of people thinking when you go into a town, you go into a shop, that there is immediately fucking magic items in there.
Oh yeah.
No,
No.
that's not a normal thing. No one thinks it's not that normal.
Unless it's
for
marketed
a random fucking town
as a
in the
magic
middle of
shop.
fucking nowhere to have magical items.
It's got a
That's
population
not
of
normal.
200, but we do have a magic.
Shit, half the places you go to don't even have a fucking apothecary.
Don't even have indoor plumbing.
I mean, like, it's so weird that, like, I always say, don't have a game thought process when you play the game. This is the one time I'm going to tell you straight up, think like an MMO player when you go into a shop. You will not find anything important. Majority of the time, if you want something better, you need to go out there and fucking get it. That's
it's gonna
how
be in a
it
dungeon.
works. It's just how it is. It's one of the few things I'll be like, yeah, use your game logic in that case.
Well, here's my thing: if it's in a shop, even if you show up to a magic shop, it's gonna be out of your budget. It's better just to go into a dungeon, loot the stuff. Like, yeah, there's no guarantee. That's between the DM and what he's got planned. But usually, if you take the initiative and go explore, you will be rewarded not only with experience and gold, but hey, you get some cool items. Like, I purposely, when I go through dungeons, like, I'm like, oh, if this, I'll put like hidden rooms and stuff. And depending on which player finds it, I will adjust the loot in that room to be like, oh, this is something that this player was really looking for.
Yeah.
And, they're going to have to fucking earn it because, though the enemies in that dungeon may be very difficult, but the risk matches the reward.
So, like, I always like to do things differently based on each party. I've learned that I don't like to do multiple items for different people anymore. And I only say this because I like the idea of tying that weapon or item or amulet or fucking, I don't know, a sex toy.
It happens.
It happens. It
comes up.
Yeah, I would like to the idea of putting that in a situation where they have to deal with the outcomes of getting that weapon afterwards. They have to deal with like, what does it mean to get this weapon? What does that equal? Where did this come from? What does this do? Is it cursed? Is it blessed?
Yeah.
Is it tied to some royal family? Is it tied to like a country or something of that nature? I want that to resolve before they move on to the next thing. Yeah. And I only do that because I feel like people forget about the importance of the item that they get by just continuing on through it. And I only say this because I feel like a lot of times when you give them something and you give a player something and it's super important and you don't do anything with it, they just forget about it, or they just don't think about it. Like, they don't remember what happens. Like, we already deal with the fact that most players don't remember anything about their fucking sheets, or they just don't do their homework in general. Like, we know that's a normal thing.
That's why I'm like, every item, especially if it's magical and property, you're like, well, what was the use for this item? There's a story. Why would somebody enchant this item this way? Why was it in this dungeon? Why, I'd like to add questions about this item to build lore around the item. Like, it could be just a +1 longsword. This is a +1 longsword that belonged to
exactly.
And their descendant is looking for this, and then it even put a conflict like, hey, they're either going to try to take it by force, or hey, I'm going to offer you a large sum of this, or even it adds so many different routes to take it rather than here's a +1 longsword. Have fun.
I wish. It's so weird too, because like, +1s, +2s, +2s, especially +2s. Like, +2s is like the normal like upgraded armor. Getting a +3 is like, if you really like the person, I guess. I don't know.
But then when
I
you're
never
getting
would
it
give
plus
someone
3,
a
there's
plus 3.
there's so much other options that are just more interesting
Yeah.
than straight damage. That's when it's like, oh, well, you have this plus 3 longsword, or you have this longsword. When you speak a word, it floats behind you and cuts anybody that tries to stab you in the back.
The only person I would give a plus 3 weapon and or item to is to someone that generally has a really shitty stat and they need
the
it.
buff.
They need the buff. That's the only reason I'll do it. And
especially when you're wanting to take it to those higher levels.
Even then, I would not do it. I think a lot of times they ended up creating a weapon that actually has more to do with their person, has more to do with their character that also helps than to give them a plus. And because it is exactly what you said. I think it does a disservice to the player and the character itself by just adding damage to a weapon.
Well, and they're not going to have any, because when I do items, I like to try to create sometimes you can try to create stories through the items.
Right.
And, it's like, whether it's how you obtain the item or if there's lore behind it, you'll always, and I think of it like, not even as the player, as the character, when that character looks at that sword, it's like, what emotions, what thoughts go through their mind just when they look at it.
Well, it's like, because too, like, the other thing I think about is like, maybe the ruling should be that, like, if it's going to be a +1, +2, +3, whatever sword or whatever, maybe that should be just something that's made at the blacksmith, right? That should be something that's made.
Like, all right, we're going to infuse it with a special material.
Yeah, like, because that's all it is. It's just a better material and it's slightly sharper. That's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna do that, might as well just pony up the dough to do that shit. That's how I'll do it. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do next time. I'm just gonna make it. Like,
actually, I like that idea. I'm gonna steal it too.
Yeah, dude, totally steal it. I like that. I just thought about that. I was like,
because like you get that video game logic. It's like, oh, I'm gonna take this to the blacksmith and see if they can upgrade it. Okay,
everyone does that. Everyone does. So many times.
+1.
Yeah, so many times Sokovia, like my Sokovia group, does that, and I'm like, yeah, that actually makes sense. Go to the blacksmith and do it. It's gonna cost you money, but it's gonna make sense.
Money, but yeah.
I mean, the other thing I love is people trying to like, always like fucking dumb down the price. I'm like, okay, I mean, your persuasion's decent, but they're business people. Like, you can't just expect people to like,
oh, I'll do it for free.
Yeah, like you can't expect people to do it for
pennies,
or like even do it for half. Like, I'm not, like this is a $700.
They gotta eat.
This is a 700 gold job.
They got overhead.
You would expect me to literally lose a profit for this shit?
Like, what store do you go to realistically in real life and be like, hey, like, yeah, you can have like coupons, but they're never going to be like, half.
Oh my God. Ooh.
Like, think about it. You're going to.
That's another idea I just thought about. That's so dirty. We should totally have it so at some point in it, if they do actually like, get them down to a certain point where they're just like, oh, that sounds really, really gay. Or worse, they use a spell to do it to get them down to even like get it free, and then they have to like deal with the repercussions of the fact that they like pretty much put this person out of a job.
Yeah, but it's like they come back to town.
They come back to town.
Blacksmith's closed.
This blacksmith's closed. They use.
He's on the street begging.
Oh my God!
All because of one purchase.
All because of one purchase. Like, I love it when people think that
his daughter dies because he couldn't afford the medicine to take care of her.
Yeah, because like the thing is like a lot of players like to think like the whole world revolves around them.
Like, no, the world still happens.
The world still happens, and you make this decision. Things are gonna happen.
You have impact
because of what you did. Yeah. The world revolves around what you did, but the difference is the fact you have power over all of these people.
You make decisions.
You make decisions because of the fact you are innately stronger than most people in
you're
this
more
world.
Charismatic. You're more, you're just...
Even at a dump stat, you're still better than most of them.
Yeah, commoners just no.
Yeah, like commoners, most NPCs aren't shit. Like, I love it. It's like, it's funny because like people are like, what do I do if I hit this person with this sword? He dies.
They die.
Like, he's literally at 1 HP. What do you want?
They die.
Like, and I was like, this is not a numbers game, bro. This is literally a normal person that has no armor, no money. This dude has maybe like 15 silver to his name. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and that's like hiding under the mattress. Let's say you go out in real life with a longsword, walk up to somebody, and just randomly slash them down. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to die.
Well, like, and it's like this is not like fucking Shadowrun where everyone's fucking like like super like ridiculous, or like Cyberpunk where like everyone has an augmentation,
Yeah.
and even then there's fucking poor people in that motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Like there's always that's the thing you have to understand. Almost all tabletop games, except for a few that does really interesting and how that changes it, always has some form of class system into it. Like
Yeah.
it's just how it is, and no one's gonna question why that's a caste system. You could say it's commentary, you could say it's just ingrained like information. Who
Yeah.
knows? But it is what it is. Most people create it that way because it builds a story of the fact that there's either a rags to riches, or there are different types of stories that come around with the fact of the different type of people you deal with. You're gonna have a different relationship with people that are, you know, royal family, things of the nature. You're gonna have a different relationship that are military. You're gonna have a different relationship with commoners. You're gonna have a different relationship with, you know, tavern owners. Tavern owners are completely different.
Oh yeah.
And the idea of people forget that tavern owners sometimes, I don't say all people. I watch some streams. I'm just kind of like why are they not asking the tavern information? Like you do know tavern hears everything, right?
Yeah, everybody gets drunk. It's a little loose with words.
Everyone gets drunk.
Like, come on, everybody consoles to the bartender.
Especially if they like explain it so well. It's like, yeah, everyone's fucking lit and fucking like everyone's having a party and going. This is the perfect time to ask some fucking questions.
Oh yeah.
Like no one is like you like it is so many times where I'm just like, yeah, this dude's drunk as fuck. It's like, what do I need to roll? Do
nah,
just talk to him for like 2 seconds.
I like also when you ask for a roll before even like trying, you know, like sometimes I'm like, just say what your character would say, and then if I don't pick up that you're trying to persuade the NPC, then maybe ask for a roll. But I usually can pick up on that. I'm like, oh, you're trying to persuade this person. All right, roll persuasion.
I think it's like I think it's weird too, because I sometimes do it, but it's I sometimes do it because it's the innate thing as a DM there where it's the DM logic that's coming into play. Is like, I know what role this would equal.
Same.
Like and even then I would, because you have like, you know, you have situations where you have very understanding DMs that are okay with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm always okay when you like just ask me for a role, because I know like what you're trying to get across when
it's
I'm like
it's like I can't form the words to do it. I know what role it is. I just don't know what I'm
and usually I know
my character knows the words, but I don't.
To be fair, we bounce off each other too well in D&D that to a point where it pisses other people off.
Oh yeah.
Like we know when we're trying to get something, we know exactly what we're thinking. Like, oh yeah, I need to like, oh shit, I know it's like a fucking survival role, but I'm trying to like figure out something with this guy. Oh, are you trying to track like this dude here to this specific situation? Yeah, go ahead and roll a survival check, and then I'll like say like, yeah, roll at an advantage because of this particular situation, kind of thing, and you'll know like I'm talking to you with like fucking like a person like, yeah, I'm a monk, and like, oh shit, I know it's a religion role, but I don't know exactly like what I'm looking for in this religion. It's like this icon I'm looking at, but I'm not sure if I can ask the right question, and you just pick it up immediately. But that's the thing with us. That's just how it is with us. That's not a thing with a lot of DMs.
No.
You don't have that. Like, it is insane how people, I forget how many times that most parties are not the same people friends. They don't know each other like that.
A lot of times it's strangers at the table. That's the first time seeing
it's
them.
not people that's been
especially
playing
now with the way
it's not people that's been playing D&D together for like 6-7 years. Okay, that's not a thing that people are used to. Like, it's very weird. It's not normal. Like, that shit makes the news. Like, what was the longest fucking campaign was like over 20 years or some shit in that nature, and like even then it wasn't like they were playing all the time. It was that they were doing these weird like weird West Marshes kind of situation, because it wasn't like, because it was like a set of like 20 people, I think, and then like they would like switch in between like certain sections, and the DM was always the same, but like they would switch in between, and because the only reason I remember this now because they did a recent like Zoom call like recently.
Oh yeah.
Like, and they were doing the same thing, and they went back in the news about how long they've been doing this campaign, and I'm like, yeah, like that is insane. I could never think to do the same campaign like for years. And mind you, like there's a lot of stories that come around. Like, people has died, people have new characters, there's different things that came along with it. Like that is a lot. And I'm a person that like usually if like the person's like either 20 or all of them have died, I kind of want the campaign to end at that point.
Yeah.
I'm also a person
It's
that
like
never
who from the original party is still there?
I'm also very weird about stories and not wanting to stick to the same story for a long period of time. Like
Well, all stories got to end at some point.
all stories have
It's
to end.
like,
I think it does I think it's a service to the players and the story.
well, because I think if you stretch, because you've seen stories that's been stretched out too
Oh
long,
my
it's just, or you get these TV shows that, oh, they have like 10, 12 seasons, but they could have ended in season 5. What?
Oh, season 5? What? I'm not saying this. The show was good, but like,
yeah,
it was
but
still good. But
they could have.
Season 5 could have ended. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like I
what
said,
was it?
it's gotta.
Oh God, what was his name? Misha Collins plays him. Not Misha Collins. What the fuck is his name? The third famous person out of in Supernatural. I blank too because I haven't watched Supernatural since like
season 5.
No, I watched it a little bit after. I think it was season 8. I think it was season 8. I stopped watching it. Yeah, Misha Collins is in it, and I forgot he plays an angel, but like or something. But he's cool as fuck.
Castiel.
Castiel, that's what it is.
Like that.
Yeah, like he's cool as fuck, but yeah, in terms of like,
but like here, like take this logic and apply it somewhere else. So say, like as much as we love Cowboy Bebop, what if it had a second season?
No.
See?
No.
Perfect ending.
Well, like, and it's funny too because people are like, "Oh no, Cowboy Bebop should have been longer. We need to know what happens." Blah blah blah. No, we don't.
No, you've got the full story right there.
If anything, the people like treat like the last episode as the last episode. I was like, no, we had the epilogue. We had the epilogue when they all left. When they all left each other. Yeah. That was the end. Like, honestly and truly, you want to know what the end was? That was when it ended, when they all left. And that was like 5 episodes in.
Yep.
I was like 5 episodes before the end. Like God, like it was awful learning what happened to actually Faye's background. Like what actually
that was
shitty. And it was shitty learning what like Ed's like backstory was. Oh, yeah. It sucked. And like one of the worst and best episodes is essentially a reimagining of like of the first or second episode. I can't remember which one. The first episode of them just sitting bored, like not having anything to eat. Yep. And then realizing they were perfectly fine with it, but then the second time realizing they missed them. And they feel something missing, but they don't know what kind of thing.
But like,
well, fucking Spike's doing his shit.
Yeah. Well, like, could you imagine, like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a second season? Like, no. See, please, stories need ends. Like, as painful as it can be, especially in the scope of D&D. You're like, this is good. I love playing D&D. I'm like, well, play another campaign.
Yeah.
But campaigns have to end.
They do have to end.
You don't want to drag it on. And there are some players that want to drag it on. And also on the flip side, there are some DMs that want to drag it on.
Well, I think some people, I know some players want to drag it on because they're so attached to their characters. Like they really want to see what more they can do with their characters. And I'm kind of a person that like, I like making as much characters as I possibly can to see what they do with it. I flip between my interests between all of my characters. Like I love Jen with a passion. Jen is literally everything I wanted it to be, like as a person. But there are times I get fucking sick of him.
Yeah.
Like I generally want to punch him in the throat sometimes. Like generally, like want to like choke him. Like I generally hate talking to him. Like if I had a conversation with him, I would slap the shit out of him. Like literally, like it's funny because like I hate him because he's everything I want to be. But like at the same time, it's everything that reminds me of like the type of people I've known when I was in middle school. Like it was like that type of person. But at the same time, I care for him because of his backstory. And that's pretty much it. And his backstory is kind of like morphed into what it is now. Yeah. Like it was not really the same at all. Like it was just I mean it was and it isn't, but like it's weird. And then like OSHA, dear Christ. Oh my God. I'm glad we don't play that. I mean, that often. Hannah, you're amazing, but like I'm so glad we don't play that campaign like on a weekly basis.
Put that skin on every time.
Oh my God. Like it is hard to play OSHA. Like it is so hard. Like like I thought Ballsack would be hard to play as because it's hard to play a stupid person like
But
innately.
yeah, it's
Like it's hard to play someone as like, literally an idiot. But
yes.
it's not like OSHA's not necessarily an idiot. He's just ignorant.
Yeah, he's culturally
He's
ignorant.
culturally ignorant, and being culturally ignorant in a completely made up world,
Yeah.
like completely new and completely different like setup, and like you're just sitting here like trying to take in it, and like my thought, it was funny because like I created OSHA originally as a commentary of the fact I knew nothing about the world, and I
Yeah.
was like, I will
Well,
never
that's the
remember
thing. That's
anything.
the simplistic, because if you
Yeah,
think about it, it's like it's the best and worst thing.
yeah, I built someone that was super curious, but I also built someone that literally is danger incarnate.
Yeah.
Like it's just like everything he does could. I mean, I am terrified.
I'm surprised you
I
lasted this long.
so like one, I'm surprised he's still alive. He should not be alive, honestly. There's like definitely 3 times I can think off the top of my head that
Oh yeah.
he should have been dead by the skin of his teeth.
Good thing I played a cleric.
Oh my god.
Isil saves the day. Yet
Aid.
again. It's like at the beginning, every time we
I'm gonna
wake
tell you
up,
straight up.
aid.
I'm gonna tell you straight up. Every single time, every single day we play, Aid is literally the only reason that Osha's still alive. Every time, because I look at my character sheet like after we go through a fight, I'm like, I would have been down if that wasn't
Yeah.
there.
You would have been dead.
I would have been
Charlie
down.
would have been dead.
Definitely.
Like
Like
the only ones who, it's just because Isano plays so far back,
yeah,
but she did get fucked up in that one fight.
she did get fucked up in that one fight.
So it's like,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah, that was a fucked up one. That was like, and that because it's like you could tell when someone gets fucked up. Either 2 reasons: either one, they're focused because the enemy is smart, or two,
Yeah.
they roll bad, and
Just
like majority of the time it's because they roll bad, or
Yep.
or if it's OSHA, it's because it's
he
OSHA.
puts himself in that situation.
Ugh.
He literally just
You know what's funny? I I'm less terrified of him dying than him causing a fucking war.
yeah.
Like by being too curious.
Yep.
Because like remember, he's still obsessed with the Dark Fae.
Yeah.
He's still obsessed with the ideas of like how the Dark Fae work.
Yep.
And like he wants to go beat the queen.
Yeah.
He wants to talk to her. Like he generally wants to like
That's-
have like pick her brain.
Like
possibly literally.
yeah.
I'm not sure yet. It's literally one of those things where Hannah asked me these questions. She's like, what do you think Oshi would do? I was like, I don't even fucking know right now. Like, dude,
Like,
it's just gonna happen, bro.
It'll happen. Yeah.
Like,
well, and that's a similar thing. It's funny you bring up Ballsack, which OSHA's rather intelligent, but there's similar parallels just because because like I had no idea what Ballsack was gonna do
right.
half the time. I just like the only thing I know he's gonna do is not think.
Yeah, I think I think like that's something that like it's one of my favorites about both of our characters is the challenge of playing them because
Yeah.
you have to like really put yourself in a situation that you would never do
Yeah, 'cause
before. Like I'm not comfortable like straight up fucking like putting myself in a situation where I'm constantly like putting myself in danger or asking these questions that are incredibly inappropriate.
Yeah, it's inappropriate,
Like-
uncomfortable.
Like it's
just-
uncomfortable every time. And that's what makes it worse. I
Yeah.
seriously like every time I hear something about and I hear an opportunity that comes up immediately that Oshie would say, and I just that's when my hand is in my head almost half the time because I'm sitting there like he would definitely
Gotta
say
say
this,
it.
and then
Yep.
and I have to go through this head in my I have to go through this. How do I say this in a way that doesn't fucking like oppress,
Oppress,
offend like
Upset
any like
people.
other people
Yeah.
on the table because that's the thing that worries me the most about Osha is that his whole shtick is that he doesn't understand social cues.
Yeah.
And so because of that, he also doesn't understand the normal ideas of society in general. So like he'll ask questions that are generally inappropriate to ask. And I'm trying so hard to like, and this is also a thing that I was like, this is one of those games where I have learned why I don't like to stream D&D anymore. Like I just don't care to do it. Like,
Yeah.
and that is one of the biggest
Oh
reasons.
yeah, because oh gosh, OSHA, you couldn't
I
have
could
him on a
never put
stream.
OSHA on a screen. Like I would.
It's not that he's a bad character or whatever.
He's
It's
a
just
he's a fucking cinnamon bun. Let's just be for real. That dude's a cinnamon bun, and I want to protect him forever.
like
But oh my god,
he's got this curiosity. He doesn't understand. But see, but it's one of those, you take that out of context. It's like, oh, he plays his character this way, and then it's gonna become a whole thing. You catch that, whatever you're trying to get after. Cinnamon bun. Yeah.
I just it's so hard to play him, and I feel so bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad every time. I ask every single time. I was like, "Hey, are you guys okay? Like, did I say something wrong?
Yeah.
Is it like I'm so worried that like I'll say something really fucking shitty, and I get so scared." Like, because it's so scary.
Yeah,
I
I know,
ask
it
every
is.
night we come home and like, Addie, did I say something fucking stupid? Because I'm so worried. Like, did OSHA do something that was really shitty that I just didn't think about at the time? Like, because y'all are like, because everyone's like fucking cool with everything because we all friends, so we
Yeah.
don't say shit. And I'm like, guys, please tell me when something's wrong.
Oh no, I'd let you know.
Like, because like I try so I'm spending like fucking minutes just sweating, like fucking sitting there, like, okay, how do I fucking say this without being an asshole? And then like,
but still capture the essence of that character.
yeah,
Because I don't see OSHA as an asshole.
He's not,
because he's not he's not asking this to
He's
be
not.
intentionally,
and I think that
he
was what,
genuinely wants to know.
and I think that's the most
It just-
challenging part to me. That's the thing I find most fun, is how to come across curiosity without seeming like a jerk about it. Like being generally curious, especially in today's time. Like there's a lot of things, and again, and I told Addie about this, like a lot of my creations is based on my acting experience. Like a lot of it is just how I build stories. It's like going deeper into like what commentaries I'm trying to put, and a storyteller in my own way, like as a DM, like how do I push commentary on something that I'm really interested in. OSHA was one, a form of curiosity that came about in like my own thoughts of mental health, and then like on top of that was a general sense of like commentary about cancel culture, and like how true curiosity is no longer a benefactor in social media. And I really was curious on how to portray that, and then I played him. Well, it didn't turn out that way. Like I originally planned for him not in that commentary, but I planned for him to be a mad scientist. I generally created him to be a mad scientist, and then like his first, when I gave him the eating rats line, the first eating rats line, I realized like what I could do with this character, and I was like, oh, I can make this so much more. And that's what I was saying. And I always say there's a reason why, and any DM will tell you, session zeros are the most important parts of
definitely.
of a campaign.
That
you should not go off the cuff ever.
No,
it is not something that,
I don't care if you've been playing for
it doesn't matter. Even if you're a group
years
that's been playing for years,
you've played together for that, you're
there
close
is a
friends outside of the table.
Yeah, there's a general sense that you have to put in the fact, because it has nothing to do with the story or anything in nature. It has everything to do with the fact of trying to figure out, what do you want out of this campaign? What are you looking for? What are you trying to get at, like in this campaign? Are you trying to get a good certain feeling out of it? Are you have a goal? Do you have a like a certain like type of like emotion that you're trying to get out of it? Are you like, it depends. Like all of it's very important. And like, are you trying to be a hero? Are you trying to be a villain? Are you trying to learn something out of it? Are you trying to, decompress? Are you trying to use this as an escape? Like, what is the purpose of this campaign? And it builds. And I know like it's hard because like I ask very hard questions, and like I know when I set up campaign, I always expect a lot. I am very sorry about that. I know that I put a lot on you guys when I start a campaign, which is also why I was talking to Addie about this earlier, and I've gotten to the point where I don't know if I want to do a campaign anymore. Like, seriously, like and part of it's because of the lack of time that we have. We're getting older, and like
And
we
schedules don't line up
schedules just don't
perfectly.
line up anymore like the way they used to, and so like everyone's got shit to do, like,
Yeah.
and so like it's just hard to make that commitment. And the other reason I say this is because I don't know if I could build a story that would um appease my sense of creativity to that point anymore. I don't know if I can go that long, which, because a campaign for me is at least a year.
No, at
Uh,
least, yeah.
um, I don't know if I could create something like that for that long anymore. It's more so the fact that some of it is lost of interest in D&D in general, um, like as a mechanic.
Yeah.
And it's just because the more I play 5e, the more I'm seeing the problems with 5e and in core mechanics. And I'm just like, I
Yeah.
just want more inference. And I know you can do that. And I know, it's just like a Pathfinder. Like, this is the reason why we switched from Pathfinder to 5e. Because we never
Yeah.
follow the fucking rules of Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Like, it was no point. I literally homebrewed like half of the rules.
Mhm.
Like, I was like, that's why I switched to 5e. Because I was like,
Yeah,
well,
it's at
what's
least more structured.
yeah, if I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that, why don't I just go to the one that's like more structural and it's closer to what I was building anyways? Well, now I've gotten to a point where now if I'm going to do another campaign, it's because I'm writing something. I've been working on writing my own game. Like, I want to build my own world. I want to build something that's interesting and modern and like more of a sense of like how to really challenge yourself as a person, and as a player and as a DM. Like, I really wanted to get into it. So like Fatal Frame, you remember Fatal Frame?
Oh yeah.
So like I've rewritten that story forever, like all the time, and now it's become like my new goal to create a game. And it's a game I'm trying really hard to make a game that doesn't use dice. Um oh my god, it's so fucking hard.
That's
Like every single time I was writing something that was like a mechanic that I was putting out, I was like, yeah, this that. Like, the story part's super easy. Character creation, super easy. Combat, oh fuck, how am I gonna make this work?
Yeah, because then it's that's a tricky one.
Like, because like it got to a point where I was like, oh, maybe if I just do a D10 system. But then I was like, well, my problem with D10 systems is that it only works in certain types of stories, and that's why White Wolf has been the way it is, but for years. And well, Onyx Publishing now, because I think they took everything from White Wolf at this point. Yeah, I think everything is under Onyx now. Like, at first I was thinking of D12 system because of like the fucking Exalted series and a couple other series. I was thinking more of like how Star Wars Galaxies was doing it. But that's just fucking complicated.
Oh yeah. Because the best thing would be like just simplify.
I think I'm gonna go with the D6, like D6s. Like, I think that's my goal.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to make it as little amount of usage as possible, because the idea is that everything is inference. Everything is a form of, you have to really pay attention kind of situation. But that is also a lot of work, because you have to really build out a world that actually has, natural things that you can pick up on, which is really fucking hard. So yeah, like, that's like the last time I may want to do another campaign before then, but it won't be in D&D. It will probably, honestly, it's really probably be in Werewolf. And it's just because I like the game, and like I've been obsessed with the idea, and I've already changed like how that works anyways. How the story behind it works. I totally gotten rid of like the shitty bioterrorism part of Apocalypse. Technically it's just Werewolf. It's not Werewolf the Apocalypse. There's no
Werewolf.
apocalypse technically.
Yeah.
Like, there is a possibility of an apocalypse coming, but the worm is still there. But I've changed it, and the world is based off the readings, loosely based off Addie's fanfic.
Oh yeah.
At some point I want to get you in there, because I know you've been wanting to get into it for a while. It's so much fun. I created a soundtrack for it. Addie's been listening to it non-stop.
Oh gosh.
Like, it's like a solid. Oh no, it's not just a sound. It's like a fucking soundtrack, bro. It's like a solid like 30 or 40 songs like in there that I literally curated like for the next time we do a game, like how it's gonna play out in the session. Like, I want to do that again, because I really, really liked it. The only thing I'm doing now, as well as in campaigns, is to start scheduling for a time to finally finish the campaigns that we did have. You guys is gonna be impossible, but
Yeah,
like,
that's
I think like the only thing I think I'm okay with the fact that we're gonna leave it as it is for now and just see how it goes. But the memories is there, and I think that's important. Sokovia I plan to finish though. The only reason we're having it is because we're all kind of watching over the Delta variant, trying to make sure that everyone's safe. I said very specifically that I'm not ready to do it yet, but I've been writing it for the past year, and the basically what I'm doing is it was supposed to be finished. Actually, it was supposed to be finished last year.
Yeah.
I am writing a single session that's going to last all day. The idea is that we're going to take a week. We're going to take a Saturday. Everyone's going to be there. We're going to start at like noon. We're not leaving till midnight. It's just as simple as that.
12-hour session.
We're going to do a 12-hour session. It's going to take that fucking long. I know it is.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to finish this shit out. I promise you're going to get into the BBEG. I promise you're going to have some sort of resolution for all of your characters, because I have them. It's there. Not all of them are going to be happy, but that's the point.
Not everybody gets a happy ending.
Like if that's the case, it has to happen. Sai won't be the main character. I promise you, Anna. Sai won't be the main character. That's not true. You're already main character. Fuck you. Anyways, and like it's funny because they tease her about the fact that her character Sai, they call him the main character because there's been a couple sessions a couple arcs where like he has been like the main focal point in that situation, but that's gone now. But they still tease about it, but they don't tease it because I can tell they don't tease it because it's like, oh, you've been the main character, no one's been interested. It's more so like they accepted her so easily into this party that it didn't matter. So like, especially this fucking party, it's like all over the fucking place.
I
like I told you, I talked to you about every one of our sessions. I won't say it because some people might listen, but like, I talked to you all about our sessions. Like, it's all crazy. Hannah still is learning some shit that happened before, and I was like, like she didn't know about the fact that like ABC fucking just fucking tamed
taming all these
big ass creatures. Like, when the fuck did he do that? Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. Yeah, it was like before they got lost in the ethereal plane and lost about 3 months of time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my god. This is me again. Just like, and then also yet again they went forward in time. No,
time jump.
Back in time.
It went back
in time.
Yeah, because
they're after Din Lucrezia.
Yes.
Because many years after you guys, there's a thing called the collapse, and Sokovia is literally a collaboration of five deities.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that makes sense. But yeah, like I need to play under you again. I missed. I'm so sad that Iceborne didn't work out the way.
Icewind Dale. It was like, and that was just more of a Iceborne. Like, I like Monster Hunter. No, Icewind Dale. I mean, I don't know. It was just, to me, it was like more of this. It's like, oh, it's gonna be psychological. I was like, oh, it's gonna be this, that. And I'm just like, I'm reading through it because it was like almost overhyped,
really,
for me. And then I'm reading through. I'm like, yeah, there's some good stuff, and I could work with this. But I'm just like, just not feeling it.
Yeah, yeah, because like I remember going through it. I was like, this is weirdly slow paced. Like, what the fuck?
It is very slow.
Like, I was like, I get slow paced. Like, what was it? Curse of Strahd is like weird, like kind of slow paced when you really think about it.
Well, I mean, that depends. Like,
because
my thing is
nothing is as fast as fucking Tyranny of Dragons. To be fair.
Yeah, no, that escalates very quickly.
Like, cool. Like, hey, what's going on? Oh shit, I'm getting my ass kicked by Knowles. Dragon. What the fuck?
Yeah, Tyranny of Dragons, like, first session
Dragon.
Like,
what the
plot?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because with Curse of Strahd, like, with the first town you reach into, you can see Castle Ravenloft looming over. It's like, oh, that's where the bad guy lives. That's obviously where
Tomb Annihilation takes its time. Like, it doesn't really get to like the really shitty parts of it until
you get to the actual
tomb,
which is awful.
As soon as you get to the tomb, everything's shit.
Yep.
Like, nope, no, you may live.
You probably won't.
You probably won't. Enjoy hoping you will. You will. If
Yeah.
you do,
Like that's still that's still a bragging point.
The same person.
It's like if you make it through the tomb, that's a bragging point in D&D.
Yeah,
like, if you legit made it through.
Yeah, but like God, half the amount of trauma that a character would go through in that shit, like it's just awful.
I mean, it's just like watching it or playing any of the Lara Croft games.
Yeah,
it's basically what it is. Just horrible deaths.
It's the first episode of Goblin Slayer. just shittier things. Just shittier things instead of goblins.
And shittier.
It's shittier all day. It just gets deeper, and you can't get out until you eventually accidentally find your way out somehow.
Yeah, somehow you made
God, I hate and love that story so much, but fuck, I refuse to play that again. Like I played it once, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah,
fucking good. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I don't think I made it like halfway through.
Well, yeah, because the bad thing is, it's like, oh, in most other D&D settings, it's like, oh, you die, you get there's ways coming back. This one's like, no, your soul's absorbed in the crystal. You're permanently dead. You're completely absorbed, and your essence is no longer.
It's so shitty.
There's like not even wish can bring you back.
God, it's so
from that tomb.
It's so fucked up. Like,
it's
why?
like, I would say spoilers, but this adventure's been out like
this adventure's out for like 8 years.
No, and that's just the 5e rehash.
Yeah,
this originally was an adventure in like first edition.
Yeah, this was you're right. Yo, you are right. This is the first edition.
That's why
it was
so brutal.
Much worse than the first edition because literally it was made for no one to live.
Yeah, this is the reason why you'll have some veteran players that they'll ask for, a bag of sand, a 10-foot pole, and all that. It's because of this dungeon. They ask for these odd things.
They understand the trauma.
Ball bearings, and all this.
Yeah, every person that always asks for ball bearings, there's a reason why. Okay, you will know if someone has played like at least advanced Dungeons and Dragons if you hear someone ask for ball bearings, and it's just because they just know the trauma that they had to go through when playing anything before 3. Like it is horribly hard to play.
Brutal.
Oh my God, was it horribly hard to play. I only done advanced. I never done the first edition. I done advanced and 2e. 2e I don't remember anything from because I was too young. But advanced was after I did 2e. And so like when I went to that, oh my fucking God. But I was also reading every like module that was there when they were called modules.
Yep.
And like most, if not like half of my arcs are from like Advanced Dragons like modules, probably. Like me just like taking like points of those and just like putting it in. Like I did one that was straight from like I think like 2e. Yeah, I took one from a 2e, which had to do with like the the Ithlids. The Ithlids in the Underdark. The tower.
Oh.
You know what tower I'm talking about. Yeah, no. I did that. I kind of put a really shitty thing in there with it too. God, it was so cool. It was so cool too because the bard that was a part of it lied to the dragon and made a natural 20, which again, natural 20 doesn't always mean it's exactly what you think it
success.
It doesn't mean it's success. Technically, it was success. Yes, you successfully lied to this person. Difference was, he knew you were lying. He just thought, wow, you lied to me with such confidence. Good job. I will fucking kill you if you come back, though. Yep. That's how he was lying. It was like, cool, that's great. I'll kill you if you come back. And then cursed him without him knowing.
Yep.
And he lost all of his memory of everything that had to do with his family.
Oh,
like everything that had to do. Oh no, yes, this is what it was. Everything that had to do with any event before he met Sokovia. The Sokovia group, the Blinks. That's what I meant to say. Sokovia is the actual continent. Before he met the Blinks, he forgot everything. Even his own name.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so like that was an interesting story, like all about that. And I was like, how am I gonna do this? They kind of went through like most of it really really quickly, and they were gonna fight an adult red red dragon, but he lied to him. I was like, yeah, like it's cool. And then he cursed him. And he didn't know, and it's funny because he didn't know he was cursed until he went back in time
Oh.
to meet Roz and Isano. And Isano had to like tell him like, "Yo, dog, you got cursed." I was like, I don't want to tell you in the most Isano way possible. Like,
Yeah.
did Lucrezia Isano
Oh
possible?
god.
I don't know about you,
Oh
but I'm a
god.
dragon, and you got your ass
You got
cursed,
cursed.
bro. Also, best thing ever. Same thing. Weird. I guess I understand why it was like main character. I'm sorry, Hannah. You gave it so well. Um Roz's like weird like thing with Sai was so weird. Like they did not like each other
Of
at
course.
all. No,
Of
like
course not.
no, they did not like each other. I was so worried of like playing your character correctly because I was like that
He's
is your
very
baby.
particular
We
character, yes.
we put a lot of time together to
Oh
like
my
build his
gosh.
character, and like I was like, especially it was I still cried. I cried so hard when your character had to leave.
I was just like, I didn't want to do it, but
It
I'm like,
so
that's what he
fucking
would do.
sucked. I was like, fuck, I wrote this too good.
Yeah, I was just like, no, he's got to. I'm like, I don't want to, I don't want him to. See, me
I-
as a player didn't
I
want to, but
hated
the
it
character.
too. This is the first time because usually I don't like it when people are like, I want to leave, and I was
Leave.
when you came to me, it was like I think there's a problem, and you were like I think there's a problem, and you said that I was like,
Oh shit.
oh no. Oh no, and no one got it. Like it was funny
Yeah.
how no one understood that, and
No.
we were just looking at it. Roz is gonna have to leave. I was like, Roz has to leave. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
I remember Mel hating it.
Oh, she was livid.
Oh my
She's
god.
like, why are you doing this? I was like, the story. It is the story.
Yeah. It was weird. It was weird. I was
because
talking to
Roz
Annie
isn't going. Roz understands
Yeah.
where where the group is. Like he finally opened up to the group, understands, but he didn't
Yeah.
want to put them through that. And
Well,
just,
yeah, it was such an interesting like thing where like I say this because like Rodon in Ricky's campaign had the same exact situation. He just didn't leave yet. He's too tied. He's literally bonded to an issue. Literally. Like he had his moment where like it's the same thing with Roz where they just had their moment and was like, okay, I think I'm good. And I think like at this point I would cause more trouble than good at this point. And it was true. Like I could because I started writing about like what it means to like for Roz to still leave and not take the offer, and I was like,
yeah,
cool, I'm gonna send every fucking vampire at you.
yeah,
That's probably what's gonna happen. Probably.
like yeah.
Cause like I forgot his name right now, but he was essentially the mafia.
Oh yeah, no, it was straight up
Like
vampire mafia.
I straight up wrote him as vampire mafia, and then kind of like took that as my idea. I was like, haha, here's your son. He's still alive. Here's
Yeah.
a little tinkle. Which was funny because I was like, I found it funny that that's not what worked. It was just the
No.
fact that like, it was just the fact that like everything else worked out fine. I was like, oh, he just gave him too good of a deal. I can make you a better offer. You can't
like,
refuse.
you want to kill vampires? Yeah.
Hey, yo, dog, you want to kill vampires? I got you.
It's like, yeah.
You want to kill vampires? You want to make money? I got
yeah.
you.
Like, it's win-win.
I loved how that vampire was such a dickbag though.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like I loved how like fucking cocky he was, because he was so sure that Roz was gonna take it. He did not believe that Roz was gonna say no at all. Like I'm pretty sure he would have flipped his fucking shit if you said no. But he was so sure of it that he was like, I mean, look at her. What, you think you ain't gonna get paid? I got you, bro. What you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? Leave? Go with this shitty ass party that ain't gonna get you shit?
And it wasn't even that. It was just Roz is like,
Yeah, but
He
he
saw he
doesn't know. He
saw
doesn't give a shit about
Roz
your
doesn't give a shit
friendship.
about your friendship or your money. It's like, one, get to kill vampires. Two, get closer to this inner council of vampires and this mafia and kill them.
Yeah,
Like Roz's long game goal. I mean,
which
it's obvious. It's like, which he should see this coming. Anybody who knows anything about Roz is like, he's gonna double
which just
cross.
let you know he definitely killed him.
It's like there's
No,
gonna
no,
be
no,
a double cross.
no. Like basically, there's a point where Dean Lucrezia finally kills Varro, and it was like, and like Roz comes back in and is like, oh, okay. And then like this is the first time he comes up with an elaborate plan. He just like puts Isano on the phone, like, y'all done? You got some shit. You want to kill some vampires?
Yeah, like Roz is gonna Roz is playing the long game because normally, because this is what everybody expects of Roz, like, oh, he's gonna just fly off the handle and just guns blazing,
Nah, bro.
like what he did in the illusion with the
Yeah.
shot. It's like, yeah, see, because that's what Roz wants to put as his persona, but he's really
He's a
a lot more.
meticulous little motherfucker.
He is a lot more cunning. He sets that as his reputation, so it's
Yeah.
like, oh, no one's gonna fuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's like, all right, you think you've got Roz's trust. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, I trust you with my life.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude.
Roz is playing a con
Dude,
the
man,
whole
it
fucking
was
time.
it was
Oh,
so
I'll
good.
do you a favor. I get to kill these. Yes, you're totally manipulating me.
Yeah,
yes.
in one of my like, because I like to write down like epilogues of certain things. Like the way I've written it is that like essentially like Din Lucrezia finished it, Elrose died, and like it finally caught up to him.
Yeah.
And like it took years, but it finally caught up to him. Weirdly years, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that he weirdly befriended two of the personalities.
Oh, God.
Don't ask me why.
Oh, no.
I wrote it and I was like, I'm gonna put that in the corner. Basically what happens is like Roz gets word of it and he's like, oh, and so he's like, oh, okay. And then like the mafia hears the mafia boss hears it, he's like, cool, time to rein in. And you take it as a situation where, oh, well, they're literally at their most vulnerable. I'm gonna wait until they like try to do their transfer, and I'm gonna get rid of all of their council because they've taken over the council at this point.
Yeah,
and so they wait till the meeting is like, cool, and you call up fucking Isano because she's left you a like ascending
yeah, she
charm.
did leave ascending stone.
Yeah, and like you're just like, yo, dog, it seems like things are getting a little depleted. I might need a charge. And then immediately Isano just teleports everyone there.
Yeah,
and just busts in, up. Like fucking turns into a dragon and just fucking fucks shit up.
Yep.
And you're just like sitting in the corner like, cool.
Yeah, it's just
someone like tries to go in, you're doing like some fucking like sort of Gun Gale Online kind of bullshit happening.
Yep.
You're just suddenly like jumping in, like going down like motherfuckers. Zell's like burning shit on fire because for some reason Toothless is now a part of her.
Well, I mean, that is.
I mean, it is what it is,
yeah,
but she's not now fully accepted it. Like
fully embraced the
like
fire.
She's like embraced it. Like now it's weird. Like the fucking like the goddamn like the place that she lives has now become like a safe haven because literally she's blazed all of the fucking forest into like this flame shield.
It's like a flame wall around the forest.
Literally, it's like this weird fucking like dome, like fucking from Slime kind of situation happening. And then like, Zagain is essentially like ascended in terms ascended, and it just comes down like fucking Captain Marvel, and it's like it is the weirdest. I wrote so weird shit. Like I was like this is how it works. This is how it's gonna happen. It's all notes of if this never comes back kind of shit.
Yeah.
I also wrote an entire book. I also wrote an entire 50-page essay of the beginnings of the helpers and what they are and how Isano and Tari have to deal with that on a mission as they realize they're also the reason why the helpers are existed.
That loop, man.
It's that loop, bro. Like I was like, I write that shit and I'm like, no. Like, I would never want to put them to that, but I want to write that. I want to put that in somewhere. There was a point at some point, weirdly enough, I wanted to do like a radio drama.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know why. Like, it was dumb. Like, it wasn't like a good idea. It was like, oh, maybe we could do a radio drama. That would be fucking cool. And then like 2 weeks later, I was like, that's a fucking stupid ass idea, Mike. Get the fuck out of here. Like, sit down with your fucking one note shit that you have in the corner that you barely look at every like 2 months. And then you randomly go like fucking crazy Christopher Lloyd kind of shit and then leave it alone.
Yep.
God, man. Oh, I miss the group so much. I miss playing that group. I miss how much you guys were willing to trust me. Like, I never understood like trust as friends until this D&D group, cuz like I didn't understand like what was it like to allow yourself to really put your hands into the DM to like really help you along the path. Cuz I didn't know what to do, cuz I played with people that didn't play before, but I never played with friends that didn't play before. That's so different. There's a lot more expectation out of yourself that comes out of that. Like you have to, one, teach them, and two, like, you know who they are, you know what they're like, you know what they're into. And even then, I didn't know two of you.
Yep.
Like, we met the Willoughbys the week before then, watching a Marvel movie.
Yes.
And that was it. That's all we had.
That's all you had.
That's all we had. So I had no idea what they were like. I had nothing. Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, bro, I'm gonna give you as much as you can. If you have any questions, please ask me. Like, I'm perfectly fine with it. It was so interesting how like that campaign turned in the way it was for like, I think it was like 3 years we've been doing it.
Yeah.
And like, it's really interesting like how that turned and like what I used out of it, and some of the things that came out of it, like how some characters I never expected to have a relationship had. I never thought that Roz and Isado would be best friends.
Yeah, it's like
so fucking
that was
weird,
out
dude.
of nowhere.
Weird, dude. And y'all had, it was so much. Like, I'm sitting here like, yeah, you have this moment while you're sitting in the cold, like you have some time, and then randomly you and Addie just have a fucking moment, and I'm like, no, I'm not touching that. Because like, I remember Mel looking at me and I was like, I'm not fucking touching this. Like, this is fucking gold. Like, this is an actor's dream right now. This is a director's dream to just have like such an authentic moment right in front of me, and I'm just like, no, I'm not fucking ruining that. The fucking hat. Oh my god, hat. It ruined me. I was like, this is the best thing ever, and I don't know how you're never gonna replicate that. And this is the other reason I don't like streaming, because there's so much expectation that comes with like when you're with trying to do things that feel like that, but you never will. You never have
that was like raw, not forced,
so
not
raw.
Scripted. It was just there.
It was in the moment, and it was so perfect, and no one else gets to have that. Like, that's the perfect part of that. No one else gets to have that. That is yours. That is you and Addie's alone. That is not mine. That is not anybody else's in there. That is you and Addie's. That you two are the only people that's going to be able to feel that. Other than, no one else is going to understand that. I will never understand that. Like, I will love it as a person, as a director, as a fucking actor, as a DM. I will love that with a passion, but I will never understand how that feels. That is something no one else is going to understand. And I refuse. And that's one of the things that I always go back to, is that particular scene and a couple others that I understand that I will never enjoy streaming D&D again. I will never enjoy it. I have a hard time watching like people stream D&D. I can't watch Critical Role anymore. Like, I generally can't. It's just because of the fact that I wish I could never know about it. There are some times I'm seeing it and I'm like, oh, these are really cool, interesting situations. I'm so glad they're having fun. But there's a point in time that it just becomes entertainment. And in itself, it stops being like as authentic as you want it to be. Like, as it just doesn't feel the same. Like, it didn't feel the same in the first campaign, where they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Yeah. And they just played. They knew what they did best and played. And and there's a thing where about like the last, you know, I would say the last arc was when I started realizing how they started realizing what they had in front of
Mm-hmm.
them. I started understanding that this can become a business. And again, I commend them. I will
Yeah,
always respect
power
them.
to them. That was awesome.
I think it's
Yeah,
the smartest thing they ever did, and it worked perfectly. And it works for them because they have so many fucking connections
yeah,
that there's no way that they can like lose in the sense that they're looking for unless they ask for too much. And they're
yeah.
not a group of people that ask for too much.
No.
And that's the reason why it works. They don't ask for too much. They do what they work with. They work very simply. They are friends. They know how to not step on their toes. This is
Yeah,
the thing I've been scared to do with anybody else. I
yeah.
refuse to open a business with friends
Oh yeah,
because
it's.
because that is hard, and I don't want to ruin a friendship like that because
Oh
that's a
yeah,
lot of work to put into. Not unless you literally put the literally like have different parts of the world of the business be
yeah.
completely separate, which I guess that's fine, but even then you have to butt heads at some point. That's gonna
Mm-hmm.
click at some point. It's just, oh my god, like I just can't do it anymore. I can't stream it and feel like it's gonna be worth it. Yeah, it's 2 hours and 48 minutes of recording. Uh,
Yes.
but to wrap that up, so like to me, I think I love D&D with a passion. It will never
Oh yeah.
change. I think for us as players and us as brothers, like we we have like grown a kid to our like 10 years, right?
Oh yeah.
Like being being the type of bros that
Hey.
everyone hates and loves,
Yep.
where like that I respect. I respect you with a passion. You are my brother.
Oh yeah.
I will always love you because of the fact that we understand each other. We don't have to say anything.
No.
Majority of the time when we play together, like we don't have to say anything. We
Mm.
don't we literally tried. We literally tried to be completely two different types of players.
Yep. That's like.
Two different types of characters. And we still proof last night, we still come up with ways to like do
Oh
shit
my
together.
gosh, that combo.
Oh my
is
god.
So great.
Ah, you cannot fucking. Oh my god,
That
it
was
was
just
so cool,
great.
so
Not
fucking
planned,
cool.
not like, hey, we no like strategizing. Hey, we should do this. Just boom, boom,
Boom, like it just
done.
nothing. Like, oh my god, it was just sheer moment. Like
Yep.
another situation where this is between you and me. Like no one
Yeah.
else is gonna have this. It's like it's so cool, and like I'm so appreciative of you of like being around and like being the type of friend that you are. Like you tall Irish motherfucker. Uh, still a piece of shit, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
We're both pieces of shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, but like I appreciate you. I'm glad to be on here. Thanks for coming to the con.
Yeah.
This has been a long time coming. The last time I recorded is like I think like 3 years. And last time we talked, I think it was like 2018 E3. That's what it was.
Yep.
And like I missed you, brother. And hope to see you next time. Hopefully next time that we have you, it will be with all four of us and we talk about some more shit because it's been a while to doing that. Yeah, so find Geo Dragon. He's always fucking you changed your shit though.
Oh yeah, I changed it now.
You're like Geoff the fucking
the Red Wolf.
Geoff the Red Wolf. Is that also your social media?
It's on everything.
Okay,
well, let's see. Social media. Where am I on social media?
Oh no.
I think it's just my name. I think it's just Jeffrey Dodson.
Is it Jeffrey Dodson?
Yeah.
Find him at Jeffrey Dodson and everything.
Geo Dodson.
He's also helping out Bebo Boots, who just became affiliate. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, look out for that. Look out for the podcast that's gonna come out later and some more stuff. Hopefully this will come out soon. See you guys later. Stay nerdy. Bye.